The sky outside was dark, and crows flapped their wings, scattering in all directions. Tancie leaped onto a tree branch, a sword in her hand. She only needed to complete the plan smoothly. Then father would let me see mother. Hello everyone, this is Top Gun 10. Before watching the video, please take 3 seconds to like the video and subscribe to the channel. This gives me the motivation to release more high-quality videos. Thank you very much, and I wish you a happy new day. The sound of a carriage rattling on the road could be heard. The horse neighed. The target had arrived. Tancie jumped down from the tree. The carriage driver drew his sword and shouted, "Who's there?" "An assassin." Suddenly, the driver smelled a fragrance wafting over. Not good, it's sleeping incense. His hand, gripping the reins, loosened. The carriage driver collapsed onto the road with a thud. He quickly fell unconscious. Tancie stood in front of the carriage. "If you aren't unconscious, then come out quickly." A hand reached out from inside and lifted the curtain. Ko stepped out, holding a bag of silver in his hand. "Miss, if you're short of money for your livelihood, you can take all the silver I have on me." Seeing that it was Ko, Tancie was astonished. She recalled 10 years ago. "Sister, what do you want to do?" Tancie stood near the edge of the cliff. Lin held a weapon in her hand and spoke loudly. "Who is your sister?" "My father is the current prime minister with merits in founding the country. You're just a refugee from Tan province. On what basis do you act as a daughter of the V manor and call me Lin's sister?" Lin angrily swung the weapon in her hand. "Go die. Once you're dead, father won't compare me to you anymore." Tancie was anxious, sister. Having barely spoken a word, Tancie fell off the cliff. She screamed in fear. Below, Ko was humming a tune, lifting a plant he had just picked to his nose to smell. Ko nimbly took off the basket he was wearing on his back and jumped up. He timed a spot where Tancie would fall correctly, and Tancie landed right in the basket Ko held out. Ko gently set Tancie down, placing her head on his lap. "Little sister, wake up." Hearing the call, Tancie opened her eyes. "Am I dead? Are you a fairy boy?" Ko heard Tancie's question and laughed. "So you fell from the sky, and you are this beautiful. Could it be you were a little fairy? You are still alive. I'm just the person who saved you, not some fairy boy." Tancie sat up and knelt down. "May I ask for my benefactor's great name?" "Benefactor, do not look at my young age. If I can grow up safely, I will definitely repay you in the future." Ko looked at Tancie in surprise. Then he thought, "You say you want to find me when you grow up." Then Ko took a jade pendant and gave it to her. "Then remember this. Me name es Ko. Later, if you forget my appearance, rely on this jade pendant to recognize me." Tancie opened both her hands to receive the jade pendant. "I will definitely come find you." Tancie held the jade pendant in her hand and hummed in agreement. "I remember. His name is Ko. Neem is the surname of the Nam Luong royal family. Later I learned that the current crown prince is named Ko." Tancie stood motionless in front of Ko. He looked at her worriedly and called out. Mississippi Ko felt anxious inside. "She isn't interested in money. I'm afraid it's not about money. I must think of another way." Tancie remained silent, standing and looking at Ko. Although his temperament has changed a lot now, his appearance still shows traces of back then. Moreover, he has the jade pendant. It is definitely Ko. Father actually told me to assassinate the current crown prince? Suddenly, a stone was thrown at Tancie's sword. She looked up reflexively. "It's him. Father sent him to supervise and urge me to carry out the mission. Ko is my life-saving benefactor. The great kindness from that year has not yet been repaid. Must I take his life today?" The person above began to lose patience. "Not good. He wants to kill Ko in my place." He sighs. "It seems I'm destined to lose my life here today." Tancie rushed forward, but was suddenly blocked. Her eyes widened. Out of nowhere, Lin appeared, blocking in front of Ko. "Young master, be careful." Lin placed her hand on her left chest. "Ugh, miss, are you all right?" Lin looked into the distance. It is good that the young master is unharmed. Seeing this, Tancie was confused. "I haven't stabbed her yet." Lin pointed her sword at Tancie and shouted, "Audacious bandit! How dare you cause trouble at the foot of Nan City? Why don't you surrender?" Tancie frowned. "Why yes, Tang Lin here. I received an order to kill, yet she wants to save him. Could it be that this operation was originally to pave the way for her, giving her a chance to get close to the crown prince? Ko took the opportunity to search in his sleeve. After finding it, he threw it up, a distress signal. Good opportunity. I'll kill you right here. Tan Lin held her sword and rushed forward, wanted to slash Tan Se. Justified and proper. When I return, father won't be able to blame me. Tan Se was surprised because Tan Lin suddenly rushed at her. Tan Se quickly used her sword to block the attack. She wants to take this opportunity to kill me, assuming I won't fight back like when we were young. Tan Se fought back, her blade slashing Tan Lin's arm. She sat down, clutching the wound. Mississippi Tan Se watched silently. Even if I win, what then? Before Ko's eyes, I'm ultimately still a villain doing evil deeds. Nimka Faite Signal. The guards will arrive very quickly. V. Tan Lin is here causing trouble. I'm afraid the mission will be very difficult to complete. Tan Se jumped onto a tree branch. Moreover, I absolutely do not want to kill him. Leaving like this is also good. The sound of horses approached. Tan Se stood on the tree observing. Below, a group of people rode horses galloping in. Reinforcements arrived so quickly. Nim Chiu pulled the reins and called out worriedly, Second Highness. What is it? Nim Chiu looked up. Tan Se quickly hid. She felt uneasy inside. Was I discovered? Nim Chiu looked at the flying crows. One person explained, this mountain is a graveyard. Crows eat rotting flesh, so they gather here in large numbers. Did the Second Highness discover something? Nim Chiu did not answer, only hurriedly looking up. Nothing. It must be an illusion. Then he galloped away. Let's go. Finding Big Brother is urgent. The subordinate hurriedly replied, yes. Seeing this, Tan Se finally breathed a sigh of relief. I don't know if anyone else is taking this path. To be safe, I'll take the mountain road back to the VE Manor. Tan Se began to move. Midway, a hand grabbed Tan Se's ankle, startling her into turning back to look. Who? Yin Kingdom clothes? Tan Se knelt down beside the fainting Yin Chi. I have always practiced martial arts on Lac Mountain, so my information is also quick. The Yin Kingdom and our Nam Luang are neighbors. The two countries have accumulated grudges for a long time, and wars have broken out at the border many times. Why is a person from the Yin Kingdom here? Yin Chi's trembling hands grasped Tan Se's wrist. Save me. Yin Chi sat leaning against the tree trunk. I can save you, but let me ask a few questions first. You must answer honestly. Tan Se began to question. Yin Kingdom, why appear inside Nam Luang? Yin Chi weakly replied. Does the lady not know that the Yin Kingdom recently sent an envoy to Nam Luang? You are a member of the diplomatic mission. Yin Chi continued to cough. This confused Tan Se. Hey, are you all right? Tan Se took out a pill and brought it near Yin Chi's mouth. This is heart-supporting medicine. It has the effect of supporting the heart and stopping bleeding. Drink it quickly. Yin Chi opened his mouth to let Tan Se put the pill in. How do you feel? After taking the pill, Yin Chi opened his eyes and glanced at Tan Se beside him. Thank you for saving my life. Mississippi, may I ask for your name? I will definitely come to your door to thank you another day. Tan Se spoke softly. It is inconvenient to mention my name. You are a member of the diplomatic mission. If you truly want to repay me, think of a way to stop the war with our country. I thank you in advance on behalf of the people of Nam Luang. Suddenly, Yin Chi reached out and touched Tan Se's veil. If you refuse to reveal your name, you must at least let me see my benefactor's face, right? Having finished speaking, Yin Chi pulled the veil off. I kindly saved your life, yet you were so unreasonable. Yin Chi looked at Tan Se's face. Eyebrows like distant mountains, skin white and tender. Miss, you're truly beautiful. Tan Se turned around. If the young master is feeling better, I'm leaving. Still able to be glib. It seems he is fine now. Yin Chi watched Tan Se leave, clutching her veil in his hand. A heart turned towards the nation, neither humble nor arrogant. I will definitely find you. At the VE Manor, a group of soldiers had gathered. The Crown Prince just encountered an assassin and will rest at the VE Manor tonight. Everyone, lift your spirits and guard strictly for me. Do not let any living thing enter. Tan Se peeked out to observe the situation. Nimka entoteve mana. It's heavily guarded here. I should still find a place to stay temporarily for a while before reporting to father. Suddenly, someone appeared and covered Tan Se's mouth. Brother. V. Meng signaled for Tan Se to be silent. Shoo. V. Meng held her hand. Follow me. Go change your clothes, then I'll take you into the manor. Tan Se pulled her hand back. You also went to Hung Mountain today, didn't you? Vi Meng did not look at her, but said, Tan Xie, whatever you have to say, let's say it after meeting father. Suddenly, Vi Meng turned his back to leave. Father, you will know after you meet him. The next day, at the VE Manor study, Tan Xie knelt on the floor to report. Daughter is incompetent and could not complete the mission. I asked father to punish me. VE Thien put the lid back on his teacup. Let this matter pass. Stand up. Thank you, father. It seems I didn't guess wrong. He didn't want to kill Neem Ko at all, but wanted to protect Tan Lin as the beauty saving the hero. VE Thien continued, I have a matter to entrust to you. This mission must only succeed. Father, please speak. VE Thien stood up, placing his hands behind his back. Not long from now, His Majesty will conduct a selection in the palace, selecting consorts for the crown prince and several highnesses. Vaitian Wan Kapas Tanka. I want you to reveal your talents during the selection and marry the second highness, Neem Chiu. Tan Xie asked in astonishment. Father wants me to marry into the royal family? You don't want to? If this matter is completed smoothly, you will live a life of glory and wealth from now on. Your mother can also live good days with you. Could it be that you have been on Lac Mountain so long you've forgotten your mother? Tan Xie hurriedly replied, How could I forget? But the vortex of royal power. Once stepped in, one cannot retreat unscathed. How would I dare aspire to take mother away? Vi Thien turned back to look at Tan Xie. If it weren't for Vi Meng recommending you, could you have obtained this kind of good thing? You must be grateful to your brother. Hearing this, Tan Xie frowned. Vi Meng, how could he? Vaitin Shao Fai Daken. You handed your sword to Vi Meng just now, right? I told him to destroy it for you. From now on, you are the second miss of the Vi family. You do not go out the main gate, do not step out the back door, have never stepped foot on Lac Mountain, and do not know martial arts. Hearing what Vi Thien said, Tan Xie's eyes widened in surprise. You want to abolish my martial arts? He retorted, No, keep your martial arts skills. They will be useful later. Tan Xie heard this and sighed in relief. Dismissed. Yes. Tan Xie walked out and closed the door. She saw Vi Meng leaning against the door. Ve mang gulang set at ho. Tan Xie followed Vi Meng to another place. After a while, they both stopped. Vi Meng took a letter and handed it to Tan Xie. A letter from Madame Tu. Tan Xie accepted it. She bowed her head. Troubled you, big brother. Why are you so polite? Polite. Tan Xie turned her back. That year, at 6 years old, to treat my seriously ill mother, I bowed to Vi Thien as my father, became a pawn of the Vi family, and went up Lac Mountain to practice martial arts. Tan Xie looked at the letter in her hand. One departure lasted 10 years, making it hard to meet my birth mother. You're my adopted brother, and also my senior brother. She continued, when I was lonely and helpless, it was you who comforted me and helped me exchange letters with mother. There's a lot of delicious food outside. Later, brother will take you out. I was extremely grateful and regarded you as my biological brother. She turned her head back to look at Vi Meng, her brows slightly furrowed. Unexpectedly, a pawn like me has always been manipulated by my brother. Vi Meng didn't know what to say, only remaining silent. Father said, it was you who recommended me to participate in the selection. Speaking up to here, Tan Xie laughed coldly. Come to think of it, it makes sense. You are the eldest son of the Vi family. Naturally, you prioritize the Vi family. If I win the heart of the second highness and stay in the palace to become the eyes and ears of the Vi family, when you take over the Vi family in the future, there will certainly be many benefits, right? Tan Lin placed her hand on a flower branch and exclaimed, Big brother and younger sister are here enjoying the flowers. Tan Lin picked a flower branch. Are the peach blossoms carefully tended in this garden as beautiful as the wild peach blossoms on Lac Mountain? When they bloom, Tan Xie replied, Are the peach blossoms on Lac Mountain beautiful or not? Elder sister might not be clear. Tan Lin glanced away. Sister hasn't been to Lac Mountain for many years. You must have long forgotten the scenery on the mountain, right? Tan Lin's face turned purple with anger. This damn girl has a sharp tongue. Is she mocking me for my short time on Lac Mountain and my martial arts not being equal to hers? Suddenly, Vi Meng turned and walked away. You two talk. I still have matters to attend to. Tan Gawachet Ve Mango. Tan Lin's hand suddenly grabbed her arm. Oh my, the selection is in a few days. Little sister cannot wear those clothes from Lac Mountain into the palace. You usually don't stay in Yin City. I'm afraid you don't know the current trending styles. Why don't I help you choose new clothes? Tan Lin raised her eyebrows, the corners of her lips curling up. So what if your martial arts are high? Aren't you still a bumpkin coming down from the mountain? Tan Ca pulled her hand out of Tan Lin's grip. Sister's hand is quite agile. Doesn't it hurt? Tan Lin was angry. You, V.E. Thien, deliberately acted out that play last night. Does it mean V. Tan Lin is also entering the palace for the selection? Is her target Nimka? At this moment, Nimko sat intently looking in a certain direction. TSK. Peach blossoms bloom in March. Lotuses fill the lake in June. Nimtiu Gulangset at Nimko. The scenery in the V.E. Manor's garden is almost equal to that in the palace. I don't know where Lord V.E. got so much money to create such a landscape. Brother, what do you think? Seeing Nim Ko not respond, Nim Chiu stepped closer and asked, what are you looking at? Is it Tan Lin? Nim Kusha Fai Dakan. No, the one next to Tan Lin. Her figure is very similar to the girl who blocked my path last night. Nim Chiu asked in confusion, why would the person who assassinated you appear in the V.E. Manor? Could it be? Nim Ko raised his hand. Don't speculate for now. From a distance, we cannot confirm it is her yet. Come, let's go take a look. After speaking, Nim Ko and Nim Chiu walked over. Where is she? Tan Lin heard the voice and turned her head to look. Bodo Nim Chiu? Tan Lin froze, but immediately after, she hurriedly bowed. Greetings to your highness, the crown prince. Tan Lin has been rude. No need for formalities. Nim Chiu suddenly stepped closer to her. Tan Lin, the person standing next to you just now, where did she go? Tan Lin turned her face away. You ask about second sister? She followed the maid back to her courtyard. Nim Chiu was surprised. She is your sister? Why have I never heard you mention her? He frowned and continued. My elder brother thinks she looks like the person who attacked him last night. You two fought. Did you not discover anything? Nim Ko stood behind and placed his hand lightly on Nim Chiu's shoulder. Chiu, don't say too much. I probably saw wrong. Tan Lin immediately had an idea. They're suspicious. If I reveal a little, V. Tan Ca will definitely lose the chance to enter the palace and become a useless pawn. At that time, I will be the only daughter of the V.E. family entering the palace, and father will find it hard to deal with me. If I scheme properly, I might even have the chance to replace V. Tan Ca and marry the person I like. After thinking for a while, Tan Lin spoke up. Actually, she is at Tan Lam courtyard. The servant announced, Second miss, it is right here. Tan Ca walked in, but hesitated, looking around the room. Thuong Tuet behind her said, Second miss, these are the clothes the master specially prepared for you. You could choose a set to wear when entering the palace. This servant will help you undress. Please try them on. Tan Ca glanced around, alert in her heart. These two maids, I don't know whose eyes and ears they are. It's better not to let them get close. Put them here, and all of you go out. I temporarily don't need anyone serving here. Hearing this, Bitch Ki and Thuong Tuet walked to the table and put the things down. Yes, this servant withdraws. Then both walked outside. Tan Ca picked up a set of clothes she had been observing just now. Thuong Tuet looks innocent and straightforward. On the contrary, there is nothing to worry about. Bitch Ki, however, didn't say a word, her eyes deep as if hiding something. Tan Ca sighed. She must be careful and on guard. Suddenly, there was a loud bang on the door. Tan Ca panicked and turned around. Tan Ca quickly picked up the clothes, using them to block the person rushing at her. Kung Duit? Tan Ca was still surprised, dodging the attack from Thuong Tuet. So I judged wrong? Thuong Tuet is the one to watch out for. She grabbed Thuong Tuet's hand, successfully restraining her. So audacious, to dare assassinate your master. Speak, who sent you? Thuong Tuet struggled to speak. It was myself. No one ordered me. Really? Tan Ca pushed Thuong Tuet away. Why'd you do that? Thuong Tuet was still breathing with difficulty after being choked by Tan Ca. Cough, cough. I just wanted to test your kung fu. After speaking, she bent down to pick up the clothes Tan Ca had used to block earlier. This blue color is the color the Second Highness hates the most. Second Miss was right to throw it away. Thuong Tuet pulled out a small notebook. Returning the clothes to you and also this. Inside records the daily habits and preferences of the Second Highness. Tansier was confused. What do you mean? Thuong Tuet looked up at her. Second Mrs. Martial arts are not bad. Thuong Tuet is willing to follow and become Second Mrs. right-hand man. Hearing this, Tansier felt confused. Follow me? If you want status, following eldest brother or eldest sister would get you promoted faster. If for money, third Miss Vitute has been spoiled since childhood and treats servants generously like the child. Of wealth, Tansier lowered her head close to Thuong Tuet. Of the 4 children in the VE manor, only I am adopted. What benefit can you get for following me? Thuong Tuet replied. In the manor, those who want to follow them are pushed away. But you just returned, you surely need some confidence. If I help you now, you naturally won't forget me later. Hearing this, Tansier smiled. Why you think that? You went up the mountain to practice martial arts for many years. You had many chances to leave. But because of your birth mother, you have endured until now. You value emotion and righteousness. In this point alone, people in a manner cannot compare to you. Furthermore, why undervalue yourself? Speaking of status and wealth, once you marry the Second Highness, won't all these things come into your hands? Thuong Tuet handed the booklet to Tansier with both hands. Tansier silently accepted it. She opened it to read, so detailed. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door outside. Both Thuong Tuet and Tansier were startled. I'll go open the door. Tansier hurriedly hid the item behind her. As soon as Thuong Tuet opened it, Nim Chiu and Tan Lin appeared before her eyes. The Second Highness has arrived. Are you not inviting us in? Thuong Tuet stood aside, letting Tansier face the two of them. This is my younger sister, V. Tansier. Tansier bowed. So he is the Second Highness. Greetings, Second Highness. Not letting Tansier finish, Nim Chiu interrupted her. Where were you last night? Tansier paused, then said, why does the Second Highness interrogate me like a criminal as soon as we meet? Like that? She looked at Tan Lin. Eldest sister, do you know why? Tan Lin was startled by the sudden question. Whatever the Second Highness asks, you answer. Why ask me? Nim Chiu spoke up. Yesterday, my eldest brother passed through Hung's son and was assassinated. I heard that you just arrived at the VE Manor this morning, so I want to ask where you were at that time. Tansier calmly replied, naturally, on the way back to the manor. The Second Highness really doesn't distinguish right from wrong, acting so decisively. Just because I happened to be outside last night, I became a suspect. Then the stray dogs wandering at night. Do you want to question them too? Thuong Tuet stifled a laugh. Hearing this, Nim Chiu was tongue-tied. You, Tan Lin approached Nim Chiu. Tansier grew up in the countryside and just returned. She lacks upbringing and speaks bluntly. Please do not take it to heart, Second Highness. Tansier added, that's right, I grew up in the countryside. Does the Second Highness know why? Nim Chiu felt strange. How would I know? Tansier frowned. My health has been poor since childhood. Father was worried I would infect people in the manor, so he raised me outside. Then Nim Chiu's expression changed. Health is poor? Tansier nodded. Tan Lin looked at Tansier's, acting with annoyance. Should I expose her? Tansier looked at Tan Lin triumphantly, knowing Tan Lin couldn't do anything. If you expose that I learned martial arts outside, it means telling Nim Chiu that you know everything. Do you dare? It happens that I know a little medicine. Why don't I check the second Mrs. Pulse? Both Tansier and Tan Lin were panicked upon hearing Nim Chiu's suggestion. Tansier hurriedly refused. I wouldn't dare trouble the Second Highness. Thuong Tuet, standing behind Tansier, was also worried. A person who knows martial arts has a strong pulse. Checking it will reveal it immediately. What to do? Nim Chiu reached out to grab Tansier's wrist. At that moment, Thuong Tuet stepped in front of her. Your Highness, stop. Our Nam Luong has open thinking, but we also value the rule that men and women should not touch. This is not very appropriate. Nim Chiu was surprised and said nothing. Thuong Tuet turned to look at Tansier's hand. Oh my miss, why are your hands sweating so much? She pulled a handkerchief from her shirt and wiped Tansier's forehead. Your forehead too? Looks like the fever is back. Thuong Tuet winked at her. Let this servant help you sit inside for a moment. Moments later, Tansier was helped to a chair. Where am I hot? Stop talking nonsense in front of the noble guest. Cough, cough. Nim Chiu and Tan Lin stood watching. Nim Chiu's eyes probed Tansei. In her current state, She is clearly uncomfortable yet denies it, saying she is fine. Indeed, looks like her health is poor, but she is trying to be strong. After a moment of silence, Neem Chiu asked, "How long have you been coughing?" She replied, "Several years. Usually it's nothing, but it has recurred often in the last 3 months. Very annoying." Hearing this, Neem Chiu lowered his eyes and smiled. "You talk like a child. Later, I will prescribe a lung tonic for you to help alleviate these symptoms." Tan Xie turned to Neem Chiu. "I heard the Second Highness is skilled in both literature and martial arts. I didn't expect you to also be a doctor." "Then, thank you, Second Highness." Tan Lin angrily reminded. "Tan Xie, how can you treat the Second Highness as a doctor? Apologize immediately." Neem Chiu raised his hand to stop Tan Lin. "I actually feel it's quite good. No need to blame her." Hearing Neem Chiu say this made Tan Lin unhappy. She worriedly said, "Just now Tan Xie was dizzy and spoke without measure. I hope the Second Highness won't hold it against her." Neem Chiu thought, except for her figure and the time she happened to be outside, there is no solid evidence that she is the assassin. "Never mind. My eldest brother was attacked. I was in a rush to catch the culprit. I indeed offended you." Mississippi Tansei covered her mouth with her hand. "The Second Highness speaks too heavily." Cough, cough. Neem Chiu is a prince, yet he can lower himself to apologize to me. This restraint and heart are actually not bad. Tan Lin turned and called out, "Second Highness, if my sister is unwell, let's let her rest to recover. I won't be a bridge for them." Neem Chiu looked at Tan Xie one last time. Tan Lin reminded him, "Right, then we won't disturb you further. Take care, Your Highness." After they left, Thuong Tuet closed the door and sighed in relief, finally gone. "You know how to use poison." Cough, cough. Thuong Tuet turned her head. Tan Xie seriously extended her hand over the antidote. Thuong Tuet held Tan Xie's hand. "Miss, rest assured, no antidote is needed. Just wait for the drug to wear off. The situation was urgent. Please forgive me." Hearing this, Tan Xie sighed, forgiven. Neem Chiu observes meticulously. "Without using the drug, we couldn't have escaped his eyes." Of his, Tan Xie turned away. "Miss, just now you shouldn't have argued with the Second Highness." Luckily he didn't mind. If he really hated you because of this, what will we do then? Tan Xie glanced at Thuong Tuet. "People are not perfect. If I obediently listened to everything, it would be hard to interest him. We must be very careful in the future. Maintaining an image can't be like now." Thuong Tuet suddenly asked curiously, "Miss, have you figured out how to win over the Second Prince yet?" Both entered the room. "The booklet you just gave me says the Second Highness likes visiting Truong Hoa Palace to see Consort Dao the most. Is there a problem?" Thuong Tuet stood silently watching Tan Xie read the booklet. At this moment, Tan Xie pointed to a line. "Consort Dao treats Neem Chiu, well, simply because she wants to find a backer." Consort Lu advised Neem Chiu, but Neem Chiu still responded to Consort Dao. She stood up, closing the booklet, showing that Neem Chiu is benevolent. He understands Consort Dao's helplessness, and furthermore feels that Consort Dao is sincere with him. "What I must do is make Neem Chiu see my sincerity, then lead him to see my helplessness." Thuong Tuet agreed. "Miss has great insight. It was not in vain that I helped you in front of the eldest." Mississippi Tan Xie stepped closer to Thuong Tuet. "Thank you for today. If you do not betray me, in the future if I can live peacefully, you can also live peacefully." MHM. In the study, Ven sat in a chair opposite Tan Lin. "The Crown Prince and the Second Highness have left. Do you have anything to say?" Tan Lin replied worriedly, "Daughter does not know what mistake I made. Could father know that I led the Second Highness to Tan Xie's room?" This made Tan angry. "Foolish. You ruined my plan just for immediate gain." Tan Lin turned pale. She started to feel afraid. "I never let you have contact with Neem Ko because of the scene last night. You shouldn't have told him your identity, let alone bring him into the manor." Tan Lin frowned. Why is that? If I didn't tell him, what if he forgot me?" Ven stood up abruptly. "If he intended to repay the kindness, he would certainly find a way to send someone to find you." The more he spoke, the angrier Ven became. "When you appear in the palace during the selection, because of the life-saving grace, he would certainly treat you differently. I paved such a long path for you, yet you disappoint me like this." Tan Lin retorted. Father, daughter also sacrificed a lot for last night's affair. I was injured by V. Tan Se. V. Tan replied calmly. If you didn't want to take her life, would she have injured you? Before you came to complain, I had already investigated the source of the matter. Tan Lin was surprised. V. Din turned to look at her. Tan Lin, today I will make it clear, do not secretly compete with V. Tan Ca. And do not place schemes in front of me. Her face darkened. Although annoyed, she reluctantly agreed. Daughter understands. V. Tan Ca, I won't let you live in peace. Night fell. Outside Tan Ca's room, fire blazed. Fiercely, fire, 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 fire. The loud shouts made Tan Ca open her eyes. Fire. She sat up and looked outside. The fire is too big. Tan Ca threw off the blanket and got out of bed. Intending to put on her shoes, she suddenly fell to the floor, her whole body trembling. What's happening? My whole body has no strength. This smell. Tan Ca's eyes widened. It's soft bone powder. Use internal energy to expel the drug first. A knock came from outside. Mississippi Bitch Key. The wooden beams began to shake, about to collapse, so that's it. A wooden beam fell. Tan Ca looked up to dodge it. The main door opened. Bitch Key called out anxiously, Miss. Moments later, Bitch Key had brought Tan Ca out of the fire. Tan Ca was helped into a chair, letting out a soft groan. Sound. Bitch Key stepped back and bowed her head. It is this servant's fault. This servant arrived late, causing Miss to suffer such a great disaster. From her sleeve, Bitch Key took out a dagger. This servant will atone with death. Tan Ca panicked, raising her hand and trying to run over, shouting, Stop! But she couldn't reach there and fell down. Bad. I forgot the effects of the soft bone powder haven't worn off yet. Phuong Tuet quickly used her arms to catch Tan Ca, letting her lean on her. Phuong Tuet turned back and scolded Bitch Key. What? Don't want to die anymore? Do it. Bitch Key swung the dagger in her hand. I'll kill the arsonist traitor like you first. Phuong Tuet suddenly blocked Bitch Key's hand, accusing me back. Clearly, you set the fire. Bitch Key retorted, Nonsense. If it were me, why would I rush into the sea of fire to save the miss? Tan Ca lowered her eyes, annoyed, ordering, Enough, come here. Bitch Key and Phuong Tuet stood next to each other. Bitch Key pointed, Miss, she is the spy, who in the manner doesn't know she specializes in poison. Now you've been hit by her soft bone powder. This is the best proof. Tan Ca looked toward the burning room. Stop arguing. Bitch Key, go find people to put out the fire. Phuong Tuet, you stay? I have questions for you. Bitch Key replied smugly, yes. Phuong Tuet opened her eyes wide in disbelief. You suspect me? You also think I harmed you? Tan Ca looked at her gently. How could I? Only the arsonist would know I was hit with soft bone powder. Bitch Key revealed herself by trying to hide it. Phuong Tuet clenched her fists in anger. Cannot keep Bitch Key. Later I will go kill her. Tan Ca replied, If she dies, someone else will replace her. It's better to keep her planned properly, and we can even make her work for me. You mean, miss? Tan Ca continued. Let her pass some false information to the person behind her. Wouldn't she then become my pawn? For me? Phuong Tuet, who do you think ordered Bitch Key? Phuong Tuet answered without hesitation. Naturally, it's the eldest miss. She also has to enter the palace for selection. Eliminating you removes a rival. Tan Ca looked at Phuong Tuet again. There's a second possibility. The opponent doesn't want to drive me to death at all. They just want to see how capable I really am. Phuong Tuet was doubtful. Aside from the eldest miss, who else? The sound of crashing would roared. Look, such a big manor. No matter how far my courtyard is, why has no one come to fight the fire? Who has this capability and method? Phuong Tuet seemed to understand Tan Ca's implication. It's Lord V. Tan Ca opened her hand. He probably wants to tell me that my life lies in the palm of his hand. Phuong Tuet noticed Tan Ca's palm. Your hand is blistered. I was hit with soft bone powder. My whole body was weak and I accidentally got burned. Nothing serious. Phuong Tuet examined it carefully. Just let me follow you from now on. There is no poison I don't know. And Machum, Tan Ca withdrew her hand. Although I didn't want to hide that I can neutralize poison, letting Bitch Key see a weak side of me will make the person behind her lower their guard. And I cannot take a wrong step. I must leave a way out for myself. I cannot tell you the truth. I'm sorry. Phuong Tuet turned around. There's movement. Looks like Bitch Key brought people back. Already, the door opened. Bitch Key and a group of people followed, each holding a water bucket. Everyone, hurry and put out the fire. Following them was V. Tien. Phuong Tuet helped Tan Ca stand up. Father, why did you come here? Ven raised his hand to pat Tan Ca's face. Such a big incident happened. How could I not come? My poor child, why is your face injured? Hurry and examined the Mississippi thwong about his head and said yes. He placed the medical box on the table. Miss, please allow this lowly one to examine you. Tan Ca cooperatively extended her arm. At this moment, Ven turned back and shouted at Bitch Key and Thuong Tuet, what use is it for me to send you here? Why did you let something happen to the miss? Both quickly knelt down. Master is right to scold. This servant knows her fault. Ven pulled out a whip. Failing to protect the miss deserves a beating. Saying that, he used it to strike Bitch Key and Thuong Tuet. Tan Ca could only close her eyes, her hands clenched and trembling. I cannot interfere. I can't. If I beg for Thuong Tuet now, Ven will definitely know she has sided with me and might use her to trouble me later. Tan Ca's change puzzled Thuong, the who was examining her. Miss, your hand. Ven turned back and asked, how is the injury? The miss's injury is not serious, only that it might leave a scar. Thuong Tuet immediately looked up. Leave a scar? Isn't that disfigurement? What about the selection? Ven was silent, then asked Tan Ca, are you not afraid of disfigurement? Tan Ca turned to him. Daughter believes father certainly has a way. Ven stroked his beard and replied, not bad. I have a medicine that can prevent scarring, only it is a bit painful. Tan Ca lowered her eyes and bowed her head slightly. If I cannot bear this little suffering, how can I help father accomplish great things? Ven placed his hand on Tan Ca's head with satisfaction. Very good. That year there were so many wandering beggar refugees. I saw your endurance. That is why I kept you in the manor. Ven's hand moved down, resting on her shoulder. Under my watch, you can also be at peace. Thank you, father. Tan Ca pondered. He speaks like that. Could the person who drugged me be Tan Lin? Serve the miss carefully. Move out immediately. Bitch Key and Thuong Tuet responded in unison yes. Bitch Key bowed her head, her back still bleeding from the whiplashes just now. Clearly we were both adopted by the VE manor, yet you are a rank higher than others. Even when injured, I have to serve you. Bitch Key opened her eyes wide with anger and hatred. I will pay you back for this wound one day. Tan Ca, Yin Chi Pavilion. Thuong Tuet held a candle and spoke. Miss, I just checked the courtyard. From here we can see the master's Dong Tang Tower. Clearly, this courtyard was originally where the eldest young master's birth mother lived. Such an honor. I feel the master still cares for you. Tan Ca held Thuong Tuet's hand and spoke. Thuong Tuet, in front of father, I couldn't beg for you. Do you blame me? Thuong Tuet knelt down and replied, I understand, miss. Not begging for me was actually saving me. Don't worry, my body is tough. I can withstand these few wounds. Tan Ca said immediately, I got some healing medicine from the doctor. Go close the door, take off your clothes. I'll apply it for you. Okay. Thuong Tuet stepped out to close the door. Just then, an arm wedged in and pushed the door open. Eldest young master. Tan Ca sat on the bed wondering, why are you here? He spoke up, bringing medicine for you. Ve Meng looked down at Tan Ca's wounded hand. Thuong Tuet, go get the silver needles. She immediately said yes. Ve Meng opened the medicine jar and knelt before Tan Ca. Bear with it a little. A few minutes later, the door opened again. Thuong Tuet walked inside. Miss, I'm back. Thuong Tuet's eyes widened. What are you doing? Thuong Tuet returned. So Ve Meng let go of Tan Ca. Miss, what's wrong? It hurts. Miss, it's me. Thuong Tuet suddenly saw the bite mark on Tan Ca's hand. Bit yourself. Ve Meng behind her hummed. The potency of this medicine is very strong. Give me the needles. Ve Meng took a needle and opened Tan Ca's hand. When we were young, you also used to help me apply medicine like this. Ve Mang Bao Set. Big brother, can I ask you for a favor? Tan Ca frowned and continued, please, brother, I don't want to marry the second highness. If you were the one who recommended me to enter the palace, can you persuade father? Ve Meng's expression changed. To have him replace me with someone else? Suddenly, he stood up. This medicine is painful, but very effective. The wound will heal in less than an hour. By tomorrow morning, your skin will be restored to its original state. Seeing Ve Meng about to leave, Tan Ca stood up abruptly, trying to persuade him. Big brother, years ago, when I cut my hand while practicing swordsmanship, you were heartbroken for half a day. Why do you turn a blind eye to me now? Tears fell down Tan Ca's cheeks. Due to the effect of the medicine, her mind is unclear. You take care of her. V. Meng handed the jar of medicine to Thuong Tuet. Also, after she recovers, father has agreed to let her go see Madam T. Yes. V. Meng closed the door. From inside came Tan Ca's scream. Ve Mang, he hit you. You just walked away like that. The person I hate most in this world is you. V. Meng suddenly realized something. Who is it? V. Meng looked toward the wall and asked who. Tan Lin stepped out and spoke up. Big brother is truly heartless. A beauty like Tan Ca, crying and begging you. Yet you see it without being moved at all, remaining so calm. V. Meng turned around, paying little attention to Tan Lin's words. If there's nothing important, come to Yin Chi Pavilion less often. Tan Lin crossed her arms and smiled. Actually, you have always treated Tan Ca 100 times better than me, your own sister. I even thought she was the one in your heart. Before she could say more, V. Meng choked Tan Lin. You know what should be said? Don't play scheming games with me. If you want to set a trap for me, you have to see if you still have a life to hear the result first. Ve Mang Glat At Tang Lien. You want to kill me? Aren't you afraid father will know? He hates infighting the most. He then released his hand and said in a grim voice, the one truly causing infighting is you. V. Meng turned and walked away. Stop thinking you're smart and don't touch her anymore. Tan Lin smirked angrily. You think you can stop me? The next morning at Yinchi Pavilion. This medicine is truly miraculous. Thuong Tuet couldn't help but be surprised when seeing Tan Ca in a mirror. In just one night, the skin could recover to its original state. I find it even fairer and smoother than before. She smiled and placed her hands on Tan Ca's shoulders. Miss was already extremely beautiful. Like this, if men see you, they won't be able to take their eyes off you. Tan Ca asked her, last night, after I applied the medicine, I was a bit delirious. Nothing happened, did it? Thuong Tuet moved away from behind Tan Ca and quickly replied, nothing happened. You lay down and slept immediately. Tan Ca was skeptical. Really? Seeing this, Thuong Tuet changed the subject. Oh, right, the young master said you can go see Madam Teet now. Hearing this made Tan Ca happy. I can go see mother. Thuong Tuet held the medicine jar. I cannot go with you. This medicine still needs to be applied for 7 days. It's best to ask the young master to help you. Also, I heard about it. There are some taboos when applying the medicine. If you are not careful and violate them, eating food that clashes with the medicine will. After changing clothes, Tan Ca still held the medicine jar in her hand. What are you thinking about? She hurriedly withdrew her hand. Nothing. A moment later, Tan Ca sat in the carriage leaving. She lifted the curtain to look outside. Freshly baked rose cakes. Come and try them. Tan Ca was surprised. That is, Tan Ca stared at the rose cakes. She paused for a moment. V. Meng looked at Tan Ca walking away in confusion. Where are you going? She walked to the cake stall. Give me 1 portion of rose cakes. All right. Tan Ca returned with a carefully wrapped bag of cakes. It's the rose cake she likes to eat. Before, every time we went down the mountain, she would cling to me demanding to buy a portion. Tan Ca stepped onto the carriage. It's the rose cake she likes to eat. Before, every time we went down the mountain, she would cling to me demanding to buy a portion. Tan Ca lifted the curtain. This is bought from mother. She turned her head to look at V. Meng. I said before that mother likes eating rose cakes the most. When meeting her, I must bring them along. It seems Big Brother forgot. A busy man forgets many things. Surely Big Brother forgot more than just this. V. Meng was speechless. He lowered his eyes. You are blaming me, but being in the V family, you and I have long been unable to control our own fate. Before getting on the carriage, V. Meng looked toward where the stalker was hiding. Someone is following. At the Imperial Palace, Nim Ko and Nim Chiu were fishing together. Second Highness, news came from outside. Ve tanka en ve manhevo lepte siti. Nim Chiu ordered, continue following them. See where they go. Yes. Nim Ko looked at Nim Chiu in confusion and asked, last time when you tested her, didn't you feel there was no problem? Why send people to follow her now? Nim Chiu's fishing rod was pulled. I also didn't feel she had any problems. It's just that I couldn't find any flaws for the moment. Nim Chiu pulled the rod. He pulled up a fish. He grasped the fish firmly in his hand. Just wait. If she's a fox, sooner or later I will catch her by the tail. Sunset fell. Following V. Meng and Tan Ca's carriage were 2 more people. V. Meng threw a needle toward the 2. People behind. The needle pierced a horse's leg, causing the man to fall. Don't chase anymore. They have discovered us. Chasing them won't yield any useful information. Go back and report to the Second Highness. A moment later, V. Mang got off the carriage and looked back. Looks like we shook them off. A young man brought water closer and spoke. Young master, drink some water. V. Mang took the water, then noticed Tan Xie. The carriage ride is bumpy. Tan Xie has rarely traveled far since childhood. She certainly isn't used to it. He turned and asked, how much farther to the Teat residence? Reporting to young master. After crossing this mountain, we still have to travel a segment of road. Hearing that, V. Mang pondered for a moment. I didn't expect father to arrange for Tan Xie's mother to be in such a distant place. Drink some water. Hearing V. Mang speak, Tan Xie looked up. No need. V. Mang persuaded. Seeing you haggard like this, she will definitely feel you aren't living well. Do you want to make her worry? Tan Xie silently took the water bottle from V. Mang's hand. She turned around. I want to rest for a while. He's right. I must adjust myself well. I cannot let mother worry. V. Mang turned back to tell the young coachman, it's getting dark. We are in no rush to travel. We'll rest here for the night. Go find some branches to start a fire. Yes. Tan Xie walked away alone. Let me be quiet alone. Don't follow me. Night fell. V. Mang sat with arms crossed, leaning against a tree trunk. In front of him was a burning fire. Young master, wake up. V. Mang was awakened and opened his eyes. What is it? The young man looked worried. This lowly one shouldn't disturb young master's rest. But the second miss still hasn't returned. V. Mang stood up in supi. You stay here, I'll go look. Having said that, he dashed away. Tanka. He looked around anxiously. Tan Xie, where are you? V. Mang's eyes widened in shock. Tanka. Tan Xie had fainted on the ground next to the medicine jar. V. Mang approached, supporting her, and called out anxiously, Tan Xie? It seems she fainted from the pain of applying the medicine herself just now. Tan Xie squeezed her eyes, shut in pain. Big brother is here. Tan Xie touched her own face. My face hurts so much. V. Mang stopped Tan Xie's hands. Don't touch it. Tan Xie, be a good girl. She turned her face away. Big brother, I really hurt a lot. V. Mang raised his voice. If you keep touching it wildly, I won't care about you anymore. Tan Xie pulled on V. Mang's shirt. Big brother, why are you so fierce? She opened her eyes, her teary eyes looking at him. Tan Xie only has big brother. Don't abandon me. Don't ignore me. Ve man side no ting. If not for the effect of the medicine, I probably wouldn't see this side of you, just like when we were young. Relying on me. I know you hate me for not giving you freedom, but I can only let you continue to hate me. The time we spent together on the mountain was extremely precious to you. Why wouldn't it be for me? V. Mang recalled old memories. I told you, don't go out alone at night. If you had listened, how would you have encountered wolves? V. Mang comforted the crying Tan Xie. Boo-hoo. Tan Xie just wanted to catch fireflies for Big brother to see. V. Mang stood up and replied, all right, don't cry anymore. Big brother helped you scare the wolves away. They won't dare to harm little Tan Xie anymore. If you're good and don't cry, I'll give you this to eat. He took out a bag of cakes. Rose cakes. Big brother is so good. Tan Xie likes big brother the most. Tan Xie stopped crying and ate the cake. V. Mang pinched her cheek. Hungry cat. So easily satisfied. He sighed. The girls trained by the V family all have beauty capable of toppling cities and nations, assuming one discusses schemes. Only Tan Xie is different. Tan Xie glanced at V. Mang. Different where? V. Mang smiled. You are both greedy for food and playful, afraid of rain and thunder. Your courage is small, a crybaby. Tan Xie heard this and got angry. Big brother. Suddenly V. Mang placed his hand on her head, rubbing it. But you are the most purely kind-hearted, not like them. Both Tan Xie and V. Mang lay down on the grass. Wait until we master martial arts. We will bid farewell to master, take your mother, and together find a quiet place to live out our lives. We won't return to the V family anymore. V. Mang thought. Unfortunately, the path we want to walk in the future, we have no way to master ourselves. The next day, the carriage began to move. Tan Xie rubbed her eyes. It seemed she had dreamed a dream. Young master, ahead is Madame Teat's residence. Tan Xie excitedly lifted the curtain. We're here. The carriage stopped. Tan Xie stepped down and looked at the place before her eyes. Is the arrival Miss Tan Ca? It is I. The old woman turned and called inside. Madam Teet, the young miss has returned. Tan Ca stepped inside. Aunt Teet walked out using a cane. She called out, Mother. Tan Ca knelt down. Mother, your unfilial daughter Tan Ca has returned. Teet D dropped her cane. She trembled. 10 years. Teet D knelt down in front of Tan Ca. 10 years before coming to visit me. You heartless child. Boo-hoo-hoo. Teet D couldn't hold back her sobs. That year there was a flood in our hometown. Your father died in the great waters trying to save us mother and daughter. Afterward, you went to be a grand young lady and left me here. Tears fell profusely on Teet D's face. For so many years I thought it would be better to go with your father than to be locked in a gilded cage. Not being able to see you. Tan Ca hugged Teet D tightly in heartache. Mother, daughter was wrong. Please don't get angry and ruin your health. It seems V.E. Thien didn't tell Mother the truth at all. Mother is resenting me. V.E. Meng picked up the cane and continued. I said it long ago, no need for glory and wealth. No need for a house full of gold and silver. As long as we mother and daughter could be together, I would be fine. Boo-hoo-hoo. Vậy mang how petit disno ontit juava. V.E. Meng answered her. I am V.E. Meng, the eldest son of the V.E. family. Aunt Teet doesn't remember me. At this moment, Teet D suddenly remembered. Ah, first young master. This humble woman remembers now. That year, if not for your rescue when Tan Ca and I were wandering on the streets, we would have long starved to death. V.E. Meng placed his hand on Teet D's back. Aunt Teet is too polite. Tan Ca and I hurried here and haven't eaten yet. If Aunt Teet loves us, treat us to a meal first. The rice has long been prepared, just waiting for you. Go, go, go. Tan Ca supported Teet D as they walked. Oh, madam, slow down. In her heart, she was worried. Mother's leg still hasn't healed. The three sat at the dining table. A servant brought food and placed it on the table. This is 4 jade splendor that madam made herself. Tan Ca remembered the bag of cakes. She brought it out for Teet D. Mother, I remember before you liked eating rose cakes the most. This is what I specially bought for you to eat. Try it. Teet D turned her face away. Who wants to eat things you bought? V.E. Meng held his chopsticks and reminded Tan Ca. There is rice to eat now. Aunt Teet naturally can't eat the cake. Eat it later. Tan Ca, didn't you say you missed Mother's cooking? Hurry and eat. Tan Ca started using her chopsticks to pick up food. I'm eating. She put a piece of food in her mouth. Suddenly tears fell into the rice bowl. So delicious. Tan Ca used her hand to wipe her tears. These are all dishes I liked to eat when I was small. It's the taste of Mother making it herself. Mother still remembers me. Seeing Tan Ca's expression, Teet D also used a handkerchief to wipe her tears. Eat slowly. No one is rushing you. Tan Ca happily said, It's been a long time since I napped with Mother. Lying down with Mother feels so good. Teet D gently stroked her hair. Did Mother hit you painfully just now? Tan Ca smiled. Not painful. Mother still acknowledges daughter as her child. That's why you hit me and scolded me. As she spoke, she held her mother's hand. In this world, only the two of us, mother and daughter, are left to rely on each other. You cannot not want me. Teet D continued with heartache. You certainly haven't lived easily. Look, your palms are all calloused. Tan Ca chuckled softly. Mother, daughter practices martial arts, so my hands are calloused. Hearing this, Teet D was very confused. Practicing martial arts for what? Tan Ca explained. Just learning some skills for self-defense. Didn't you teach me to guard against disasters before they happen? Now daughter has achieved this point. You should be happy. At this moment, she gently closed her eyes. Mother, daughter is really sleepy. Let's rest. Teet D smiled. All right, sleep. She gently rubbed her head. Teet D thought to herself, look at this arm. If she really coveted glory and wealth, why would she be so thin? At that moment, Teet D's eyes clearly showed heartache. She panicked looking at Tan Ca's arm. The scene suddenly shifted to a day of pouring rain. Teet D was carrying Tan Ca on the road. Tan Ca worriedly said, Mother, put me down, your leg is injured. Teet D gently replied, No, blisters have grown on your feet. You can't walk anymore. Just then, her arm suddenly dislocated. Mother and daughter Tan Ca immediately fell to the ground. Tan Ca pulled her shirt in panic. Mother, what's wrong with you? She shed tears. Wake up, Mother. Returning to the present, Tansei suddenly sat up. Mother. She looked pensively out the window. So it's raining. Thinking of this, Tansei got out of bed to search. Where is Mother? Just then, Titi's voice rang out. These letters, she always reports good news, but not bad news. Saying she lives very well. Tansei thought to herself, it's Mother's voice. Titi inside continued speaking. Meeting her today, I knew immediately she has always been lying. Hearing this, Tansei was a bit surprised. Could it be she discovered something? At this moment, she poked a hole in the wall. At the same time, Titi shed tears. All these years I have never left, because only like this could Tansei find me. Tansei opened her eyes wide in surprise. She thought, for the sake of giving Mother a safe place, I sacrificed my lifelong freedom. I didn't expect it was actually imprisoning her, making her confine herself in a cramped place for 10 years because of me. At this moment, Titi wiped away her tears. We mother and daughter have been separated for 10 years, regardless of what transaction Tansei and the VE family have. I only ask you, how can her freedom be returned? Hearing this, VE Mang turned his head toward the door. Tansei, do you want to go with Aunt Tit? At this moment, Tansei pushed the door open and entered. She said with a serious face, Mother, you misunderstood. The VE family treats me very well. Seeing this, Titi pulled her hand. You're still lying to me. She quickly pulled up her sleeve. What is this? VE Mang was surprised. The mark of the VE family's pawn. Titi trembled and cried. Body, skin, and hair are given by parents. Tattooing words is a punishment for criminals. Is this how good people treat their own daughter? She excitedly turned her face away. That year I couldn't stop you, letting you enter the VE family. I might as well smash my head and die to apologize to your father. Seeing this, Tansei hurriedly hugged her tightly. Mother, don't be like this. It's my fault. She frowned. The words were tattooed by Tansei herself. Titi was surprised. What did you say? Even VE Mang gaped in surprise. Tansei frowned and explained. It's because Tansei has always secretly liked Big Brother. Knowing status prevents us, unable to be with him, I tattooed his surname on my body. At this moment, Titi held her shoulders. Why are you so foolish? VE Mang continued. Madam Tit, can you let Tansei and me talk? Titi looked at him worriedly. All right, but before, I thought Tansei was forced by the VE family. Since she wasn't, I want to choose a day to take Tansei away. Surely you won't stop us, right? VE Mang affirmed firmly. A while later, Tansei and VE Mang walked outside. VE Mang gently touched her hair. Was there a need to say that just now? Tansei immediately brushed his hand away. The mark is displayed there. Whatever reason I give, she won't believe it. It's better to give a reason she finds hardest to believe, yet conversely easiest to accept. It's all lying to her. You don't need to mind. VE Mang lowered his eyes. Tomorrow, you and Aunt Tit cannot leave. Wherever you two go, you will encounter the secret guards father arranged. Tansei turned to walk away. If Big Brother kept me back just for this matter, then I'll return first. VE Mang quickly continued, wait. At this moment, he looked straight into her eyes and said, you haven't applied the medicine today, right? Apply the medicine at my place before leaving. Don't reveal any flaws in front of Aunt Tit. Tansei nodded in agreement. A while later, Tansei put the cup of medicine down on the table. VE Mang looked at her hesitantly. You don't feel pain or itchiness? Tansei was surprised. Strange. Indeed, I don't feel anything. Before, every time I applied it, it hurt to the point of dying and coming back to life. Hearing this, VE Mang smelled the cup of medicine from earlier. The medicine has no problem. The problem lies in what you touched or ate. Tansei continued. Before, Thuong Tuet warned me that this medicine has taboos. I have always been very careful. She rested her chin on her hand, pondering. Today I only ate the meal at noon. Speaking of this, she and VE Mang said in unison, there's a problem with the food. At this moment, Tansei slammed her hand on the table. It is VE Tan Lin. Her reach is truly that long. VE Mang immediately grabbed her hand. The wound on your face is very likely to rot. By then, your appearance will be completely ruined. We must return to the manor immediately to formulate new medicine before that happens. Tansei mused, if I am disfigured, does that mean I do not have to enter the palace? VE Mang turned his head and replied, Tansei, if you do not enter the palace for the selection, you will become a useless pawn. The VE family has never kept useless people. You know the consequences. Tan Xie, turn around. Even without my looks, I still have my martial arts. I would not be a completely useless pawn. Hearing this, V. Meng glared at her. Is entering the palace not good? Do you want to become a pawn of the VE family, with your hands stained with fresh blood? Tan Xie kept a straight face. Will entering the palace not stain them with blood? My affairs, I will handle myself. The urgent matter right now is to find the person who administered the poison. We absolutely cannot let him stay by mother's side. V. Meng nodded with heartache. He thought to himself, I am sorry, Tan Xie. I cannot watch you be ruined. The next day, why was there poison? What do we do now? Madame Teet reached out anxiously towards her. Come here, let mother take a look. At the same time, V. Meng questioned in a stern voice. Are all those who have come into contact with the food here? At this moment, a maid spoke up. Reporting to young master, everyone is here. Tan Xie frowned. You are the ones serving by mother's side. Having said that, she stepped forward. This outfit is truly beautiful. It is a popular style in Nan City. Have you been in Nan City? The maid trembled and replied, Ah. Madame Teet continued. This girl was not originally from the VE Manor. I bought her from a farming family that could not afford to raise her. She has been with me for these past few years and takes the best care of me. Tan Xie smiled. If she is someone mother chose herself, there should be no problem. She sighed. With so many people and no physical evidence found, it is truly not easy to distinguish who the culprit is. At this moment, she took out the cup of medicine from yesterday, but fortunately, I have this. She calmly continued. Later, I will make a cut on everyone's face, then apply this scar-healing medicine. For those who have not come into contact with the poison, the wound will heal immediately. For those who have come into contact with the poison, Tan Xie glanced coldly. The wound will not only fail to heal, but will rot, and it will never recover for a lifetime. At this moment, she reached out towards that maid. I trust you, so I will start with you. Having said that, Tan Xie immediately drew her knife. Rest assured, I move very fast. It will not hurt. Seeing this, the maid panicked. No, I do not want to be disfigured. Tan Xie smiled faintly. When you administered the poison, did you not think about this outcome if caught by me? Madame Teet was surprised. Tan Xie, do you mean the poisoner is her? The maid pleaded miserably, madam. Please plead for me. I was also forced. Madame Teet replied harshly. Shut your mouth. At this moment, V. Meng wondered, how did you discover it? Tan Xie explained, a daughter from a poor family like her wearing a fashionable style for Nan City, and the price is not cheap. I guess she has secretly contacted someone in Nan City. Hearing this, Madame Teet suddenly burst into tears. Why? All these years, I have always treated you well, like my own daughter. The maid lowered her face. What is the use of you treating me well? What future is there by your side? She suddenly stood up. She promised me that as long as I succeeded, I could enter the VE Manor and live a good life. Right at this moment, V. Tian walked in. Wicked servant, daring to reach so high. Tan Xie was surprised. Father, why have you come here? V. Tian looked stern. NAMA-MANGAI sent a letter saying you were poisoned. This is a major matter. How could father not come? Seeing this, Madame Teet bowed her head. Lord V has arrived. This old woman was handling family matters and did not know. Unable to welcome you from afar, please forgive the offense. V. Tian reached out his hand. Madame Teet, please stand up quickly. I treat Tan Xie like my own child. You are family. No need to mind these cumbersome rituals. He hesitated. As for this matter, NAMA-MANGAI, take them down and sell them all. Exchange them for new servants for Madame Teet. Madame Teet need not linger on these unimportant people. I brought a doctor. It is better to have him examine Tan Xie quickly. Tan Xie smiled. Such a beautiful face. It would indeed be a pity if it were truly ruined. A while later, Tan Xie brought a cup of tea. Father, fortunately, mother was here this time, so I escaped the fate of disfigurement. She probed, if big sister does this again next time. V. Tian replied, I did not expect Tan Lin to be so bold. I grounded her last night. Hearing this, Tan Xie immediately knelt down. She respectfully clasped her hands. Father once said we cannot slaughter each other. If we really must take action, we must ask for instructions first. She disobeyed you and harmed me multiple times. Speaking of this, Tan Xie raised her head to look straight into his eyes. There is no logic in guarding against thieves for 1,000 days. If she lays a hand on me again, I beg for a decree. Hearing this, V and angrily threw and broke the teacup. How bold. He frowned and stood up abruptly. Look at your status. Yet you want to kill her? Tansier calmly replied. Tansier has overstepped. She continued with a hurt voice. Tansier regards father as a biological father, loyal with all my heart. Today I understand. No matter how much I give, I cannot compare to your biological daughter, Tan Lin. Hearing this, Tin's face darkened. He had indeed spoken too harshly just now. This pawn still has great use. Forget it. I should coax her a bit. Thinking of this, he closed his eyes slightly. You have misunderstood father's meaning. I just do not want you sisters to destroy each other. Tien smiled. If I did not value you, why would I raise you for 10 years and even give the good opportunity of entering the palace to you? Tan Xie avoided his gaze and looked elsewhere. Tien sighed. Do not be angry anymore. Have you not always wanted to visit Madame Teet a few times? From now on, how about once a month? Tan Xie smiled, thinking to herself, this tactic of retreating to advance is indeed effective. I can visit mother often in the future. Moreover, I believe Yi Tan Lin, who disobeyed orders time and again, has already become a thorn in Tien's side. A while later at the dining table, Madame Teet picked up food for Tan Xie. Here, try this dish. Tan Xie smiled. Thank you, mother. Tien added, Madame Teet, I came in a hurry this time. The medicine the doctor brought will probably not last many days. It is better to have Tan Xie return to Nan City with me early to recuperate. She can visit again when she is recovered and free. Madame Teet frowned sadly. If you want to leave, then go prepare. Tan Xie held her hand to comfort her. Mother, there is no rush in this moment. Hearing this, Madame Teet wiped away her tears. Everyone eat. No need to wait for me. At this moment, Tien spoke gently. Tan Xie, do not blame father. Tan Xie replied. Tan Xie understands. The selection is approaching. Tan Xie has not forgotten. A while later, Tan Xie wandered outside the corridor. Just then, Meng walked up and called out, Tanka. He spoke softly. Do not be sad. I'll persuade father to let you stay for a few days. Tan Xie coldly replied, no need to comfort me. You called father here. I'd already guessed you would take me back soon. This time, the person most heartbroken is not me. Hearing this, Meng suddenly realized something. There was someone, it was father. He could not let Tan Xie continue speaking. Meanwhile, Tan Xie, unaware, hesitated but spoke, but rather Tan Lin. Hearing this, Meng immediately interrupted harshly. Shut your mouth. I heard everything just now. I did not expect you to have thoughts of harming Tan Lin. Are you tired of living? He glared and continued. As a pawn of the family, you should strike where directed. What does suffering a little grievance matter? Tan Xie was stunned. She laughed coldly. My fate is lowly. I see my status clearly. That excuse with father was merely because I wanted father to let me visit mother a few more times. Meng clenched his fists. He immediately turned and walked away. You had better not harbor designs on her in front of me. Otherwise, even if father can spare you, I will make your life a living hell. Tan Xie looked after him sadly. So, no matter how much affection we had in the past, it is not worth mentioning in front of Tan Lin. Just then, Tien stepped out. Tan Xie is just like Tan Lin, also your younger sister. Why do you treat her so harshly? Tan Xie was surprised. Father gently placed his hand on her shoulder. Do not take NAMA-MANGAI's words to heart. I know you have suffered grievances. In the future, I will definitely discipline Tan Lin well. He looked stern. NAMA-MANGAI, follow me. Father has words to say to you. On another side, at Tien Manor, Nim Chiu put the spear down on the ground, panting heavily. Just then, a voice rang out. Second Prince, Miss Tan Lin sent a message. Natan took out a handkerchief and continued. She's been grounded by Tien. She asked for the second prince's assistance. Nim Chiu immediately took the handkerchief. You just said Tien set out. Was his route to chase after Tan Xie? Natan angrily replied, yes. Miss Tan Lin being grounded this time is thanks to Tan Xie. She is truly a vicious woman. Nim Chiu smiled. You seem to know it all. Natan chuckled. Forgive your subordinate for speaking frankly. The second prince seems very interested in the family recently. Is it because of Miss Tan Lin? Nim Chiu calmly replied, consider it because of this matter. So what does the prince plan to act? Rescue Miss Tan Lin now? Nim Chiu calmly looked at him. No, to untie the bell, One needs the person who tied it. I want to make V. Tan Xie personally release Tan Lin. The next morning, True Man recounted. Master, the manpower sent from Nan City has all been arranged. The previous servants have all been sold. V. Mang replied, Good, thank you for your hard work. True Man continued sternly. Among these people, there are a few who are former servants of the 3rd Mississippi. I fear the 3rd Miss also intends to intervene in Miss Tan Xie's affairs. V. Mang was surprised. V. Teha. She is Tan Lin's twin sister, but has no brains. I am afraid this is V.E. Tan Lin's idea. He frowned slightly. Right now, father needs Tan Xie. Tan Lin is forced not to act, so she can only turn to incite Teha. Eventually, there will be a day when Tan Xie loses power, and Tan Lin will definitely take revenge 100-fold. The first person involved is Madame Teet. Noyet Tin is by Tan Lin's side, correct? Transfer her to Teet Trake. True Man was puzzled. Noyet Tin has high martial arts skills and is intelligent and quick-witted. She is your eyes and ears beside the eldest Mississippi, ordering her to protect Madame Teet. Is that not a waste of talent? He frowned. Moreover, no matter how much you do, Miss Tan Xie will. V. Mang interrupted sternly. Shut your mouth. Hearing this, True Man respectfully clasped his hands. V. Mang spoke coldly. I'm tired. You withdraw and do as I said. On another side, Tan Xie asked curiously, Mother, did you not prepare to send me away before? Why did you change your mind? Madame Teet replied, Lord V. holds a high position and heavy responsibilities, with many matters in court, yet he rushed through the night to deliver medicine to you, treating you so well. What reason do I have to send you away? Having said that, she handed the clothes to Tan Xie. All right, quickly look at the clothes Mother made for you. Tan Xie happily received them, Mother. Since when has your skill become so good? Madame Teet smiled softly. My legs are ruined. I cannot do labor, so I make embroidery and clothes to sell outside. After so many years, naturally, I have improved a lot. Do you like it? Tan Xie frowned. Mother, your daughter does not want you to work so hard. At this moment, Madame Teet gently hugged her. My daughter has grown up. The next time Mother sews, it will probably be wedding clothes. Tan Xie continued. Your daughter does not want to marry, just wants to be by Mother's side for a lifetime, never parting. Madame Teet shed tears in sadness, speaking childish words again. Wait until you are free to come back and visit Mother. Mother will always be here waiting for you. The next day, at the V family, the maids were buzzing with gossip, I heard. The second Miss returned today. Our eldest Miss offended her somehow and is still locked in the woodshed, even now. The madam is anxious, unable to even eat. Another person chuckled softly. A wild chicken foster daughter, yet dares to harm a phoenix. Truly does not know who she is nothing. Just then, V. Mang's voice rang out. You are truly getting bolder by the day, daring to discuss your masters. The group of maids was surprised. Eldest young master, second miss. Tan Xie spoke softly. No need to blame them. I am originally a foster daughter. What they said is not wrong. I heard it. So be it. Do not be afraid. You may all disperse. Seeing this, V. Mang's mood became complicated. Why do you need to belittle yourself like that? At this moment, Tan Xie suddenly stopped. She turned her head to look at him. It is fine to say it out loud. Big brother, that day, I heard everything you and father said. The scene suddenly flashed back to that day. V. Tin asked sternly, why did you suddenly argue with Tan Lin for her sake? When learning martial arts on the mountain, was your relationship not very good? She even considers you her closest kin besides Madame Teet. V. Mang replied heartlessly. It was she who always clung to me. I am only loyal to the V family, so I put on a false front with her. At this moment, Tan Xie smiled. Actually, you do not need to be like that. I am a pawn of the V family. I will be loyal to the V family. I will be obedient. V. Mang's face went pale looking at her. That was me. Tan Xie interrupted. We grew up together. Before, I relied on you too much and was a bit willful with you. It will not happen again. She turned and walked away. Straight ahead was the inner courtyard. Please do not step forward, big brother. On another side, Fuangyi was enjoying tea, suddenly. She flew into a rage. This damn wench. The tea brought is sometimes hot, sometimes cold. Are you tormenting me? Fuangyi gritted her teeth. Today I will teach you a lesson on behalf of your master. Slap her mouth. Just as she finished speaking, a maid stepped. Forward as you command. Just then, an urgent voice rang out. Stop. Tan Xie walked over with a serious face. Madam, please quell your anger. This girl was bestowed by father. She has only been with me for a few days and has not learned all the rules. Please temporarily spare her. Fuangyi stammered. Teha beside her interrupted. You are V. Tan Ca, that second sister of mine. She immediately stepped forward, finally waited for you to arrive. As she spoke, she grabbed Tan Ca's hand. Teha asked sternly, because of you, Sister Tan Lin was grounded by father. Why do you not release her quickly? Tan Ca held her hand in a friendly manner. This is Sister Teha, correct? After I returned to the manor, I have been constantly busy and have not yet had time to pay respects to Madam and Sister. To trouble the two of you to come here, specially to visit me, it is truly improper. Fuanggi sniffled and continued. I see you have nothing serious at all, only pity for my ill-fated daughter. Now locked up, eating poorly, sleeping restlessly. Tan Ca replied in astonishment. Tan Ca actually did not know eldest sister was locked up for so long. At this moment, Fuanggi looked at her in surprise. You truly want to bring her back? Teha thought to herself, this second miss looks gentle and moving, not as vicious as mother and eldest sister said. On the other side, Tan Ca gently supported Thuong Tuet up. I have not been back in a manor long, and am not familiar with the paths inside. Let Thuong Tuet go with me. Thuong Tuet was surprised, miss. Seeing this, Teha was extremely confused. Mother, what is she doing? Fuanggi smiled, a preemptive strike. She surely understood my plan. Teha gaped. Mother, what plan do you have? Hearing this, Fuanggi angrily rapped her on the head. If you had 5 parts of her sharp mind, mother would not worry for you. She thought to herself, Tien is naturally cold. In his heart, there is only the great enterprise of the clan. He does not care about Teha's future at all. Yet he let a foster daughter enter the palace. I had arranged everything properly. Just by pretending to be pitiful, I could verify the rumors of Tansa being ostentatious and domineering, causing her to lose all reputation. Fuanggi looked stern. I did not expect her to be one step ahead of me, actively displaying a humble attitude, personally going to welcome Tan Lin. This woman is not simple. In the future, she will definitely become a great disaster. On another side, Thuong Tuet angrily plucked leaves from a tree. My tea water was clearly of just the right temperature, but she picked a fight, calling it hot then cold, tormenting me all day. Tansei spoke up to comfort her. All right, do not be angry. Could you not help me accomplish great things before? Why do you find it annoying when encountering a little suppression? Thuong Tuet frowned. I want to help you become the second prince's official wife. You asking me to fight with women, I cannot. Do it. Tan Ca close her eyes slightly. If you cannot even handle the women of the V family, what is there to say about the palace? Thuong Tuet was stunned. Mississippi. I was rash. Tan Ca gently held her hand. I am very happy that you are willing to speak your heart to me. It shows you consider me one of your own. Thuong Tuet thought to herself, speak my heart. She suddenly remembered a scene from many years ago. Big brother, that year I practiced swordsmanship and accidentally cut my finger. You were distressed for half the day. Why do you turn a blind eye to me now? Returning to the present, Thuong Tuet looked at Tan Ca in surprise. Miss, putting it that way, you intend to enter the palace? Tan Ca hesitated. Just then, another voice rang out. The second miss of the V family wants to enter the palace. I wonder if anyone dares to marry her. Neem Chiu and Neem Ko slowly walked over. Tan Ca immediately recognized them. This person must be the crown prince, correct? She and Thuong Tuet bowed their heads. Greetings to your highness the crown prince. Greetings to your highness the second prince. Neem Ko smiled slightly. No need for formalities. Your eyes, I seem to. Tan Ca interrupted. This common girl is meeting a great figure like the crown prince for the first time. I should not have looked. Please forgive me, your highness. At this moment, Neem Chiu was confused. You are so respectful to my big brother. Why are you so sharp-tongued and aggressive with me? Tan Ca replied indifferently. I treat others the way they treat me. This commoner still has matters to attend to. Your highness crown prince. Tan Ca will take her leave first. Thuong Tuet, let's go. Seeing this, Neem Chiu blocked her. I haven't allowed you to leave yet. Go release Tan Lin. Tan Ca was surprised. Your highness wants me to release her? Does your highness know why she is locked up? Neem Chiu crossed his arms coldly. No matter the reason, although you are just a foster daughter of the V family, you are also Lin's sister in name. Isn't helping your elder sister the right thing to do? He smiled. I fear that someone cold and heartless wouldn't understand this principle at all. At this, Tan Ca slowly approached him. She glared and asked, has Tan Ca ever offended the second prince? Neem Chiu hesitated. Never. She continued, Tan Ca has only met the second prince twice. She questioned in a cold voice. The first time, you falsely accused me. The second time, you interrogated me. Why is your highness always so hostile towards me? Finishing her words, she boldly bumped his shoulder. Farewell. Seeing this, Neem Chiu was furious. Big brother, look at her attitude. Tan Lin is gentle and kind. How can she have a sister like her? Neem Ko smiled. I don't feel there is anything wrong with this young lady at all. On the contrary, it seems this is the first time you've lost your composure like this. Neem Chiu sighed. She doesn't want to release Tan Lin. Aren't we going to Uncaw? Neem Ko replied, actually no. Look at the direction she's heading. Let's follow her. On the other side, Thuong Tuet was confused. Miss, you have never acted so willfully before. Why were you so cold to the second prince just now? She broke into a sweat. Do you want to enter the palace or not? This servant is confused. Tan Xie explained, Neem Chiu is intelligent and sharp, but his mind is simple. He dares to love and dares to hate. He is not as steady as Neem Company. She glanced behind her. The more he hates me now, the more guilty he will feel later. Just then, guards blocked them. The master has ordered that no one is allowed to visit. Tan Xie spoke softly. My sister is locked up. My heart is very uneasy. I just want to take a look to see if she is safe. After seeing her, I will personally go and accept punishment from father. Well, the guard refused firmly. Without the master's order, I cannot comply. She hesitated and asked, Father didn't give a kill order, did he? She thought to herself, Father wouldn't give a kill order over this. It seems V. Tan Lin guessed I would come and pick her up and arrange with the guards to make me suffer a little. Bitterness. At the same time, the guard thought, anyway, the eldest misordered it. Injuring her should be fine. Thinking this, he drew his sword. Tan Xie gasped in panic. Neem Chiu is nearby. I cannot use martial arts. It seems I must suffer this physical pain today. Just then, Neem Chiu suddenly pulled her arm, spinning around to protect Tan Xie. Neem Chiu raised his voice. Hey, are you all right? Tan Xie frowned. She stared at the sword behind them. Not good. Thuong Tuet might accidentally kick the sword this way. If Neem Chiu gets hurt, I'll definitely be charged with assassinating a prince. Thinking this, Tan Xie abruptly pushed Neem Chiu's hand away. Dodge it quickly. Just a few seconds later, the sword pierced straight into her chest. Seeing this, Neem Chiu's eyes widened in shock, and he frantically caught her. Tanka. Tan Xie looked at him weakly. Fortunately, you are safe. Neem Chiu frowned. She saved me. He spoke sternly. You. Thuong Tuet stammered. I didn't expect the sword to fly over there. Tan Xie added, don't blame her. Hearing this, Neem Chiu scooped her up. Lead the way quickly. Take your mistress back to her courtyard for treatment. Thuong Tuet replied clumsily, we can't. Madam and the third miss are still in the courtyard and haven't left. I fear if we return now, they will interrogate us, which would be detrimental to Mrs. Treatment. Meanwhile, Neem Ko broke into a sweat. He stared at the sword. So much blood. At that moment, Tan Xie coughed. Release big sister. Neem Ko looked at her worriedly. Her consciousness is fading. I fear her life is in danger. What should we do now? Neem Chiu turned around decisively. To my residence. Watching their backs as they gradually left, Thuong Tuet collapsed to the ground. Just then, V. Meng walked up and asked curiously, Thuong Tuet, why are you here? What is this blood on the ground? The guard from earlier reported, Young master, this servant only blocked the young miss and didn't let her enter the courtyard. It was her. She harmed the young miss. V. Meng glared. You actually harmed her. Thuong Tuet trembled, not daring to look straight at him. V. Meng cut her off. I thought you were an obedient maid. Unexpectedly, I was mistaken. What use is there in keeping a piece of trash like you? Outside, the rain poured, and the surrounding streets were deeply flooded. Tan Xie screamed, Father, brother, hurry up here. Her brother spoke up. Be a good girl, little Tan. This door plank cannot support father and me. We have to go somewhere else. From now on, you will be alone. You must take good care of mother. Back in the present, thunder crashed down. Neem Chiu shut the door tight. At that moment, Tan Xie murmured deliriously, Don't, brother, don't let go. If you let go, you won't come back. Saying this, she suddenly grabbed his hand. Neem Chiu looked at her in surprise. At the same time, Tan Xie shed tears. I will definitely take good care of mother, definitely. Saying this, she slowly opened her eyes. Neem Chiu asked solicitously, You're awake? Tan Xie looked at their hands in surprise. She hurriedly pulled her hand back. I'm sorry. Just then, she felt a sharp pain. Neem Chiu looked at her with concern. You aggravated the wound, didn't you? If it hurts, scream. No need to hold it in. With an injury this severe, even soldiers in the army wouldn't be able to hold back a few screams. Aren't you afraid of pain? Tan Ca frowned and replied, "Of course I am afraid, but I know you don't like me. Why scream and make you detest me even more?" At this, Neem Chiu took out a handkerchief. "Why must you suffer like this?" He gently wiped the sweat from her face. Tan Ca looked at the scratch on his hand in surprise. "I scratched this." Neem Chiu smiled. "That's right. You were probably having a nightmare, crying and calling me brother. Were you dreaming of V.E. Mang?" Tan Ca continued, "It wasn't him. You know, I'm a foster daughter of the V.E. family." Neem Chiu nodded. Tan Lin said you were a refugee who wandered to Nan City." Tan Ca lowered her face and recounted. "At this time, 10 years ago, my hometown, Tan Chao, suffered a severe flood. I had a biological brother who was always very cold to me, a person who hated me so much, yet at the critical moment of life and death, he didn't hesitate to yield the chance of survival to me. Many years have passed, and I still don't dare to recall that parting with him. I didn't expect it to reappear in my dream." Tan Ca wiped her tears. "I have been rude. Second Prince, I am sleepy. Could you please leave?" Neem Chiu smiled. "All right." He then stood up and left. Tan Ca thought sadly, "I always feel you are very much like him. Though your mouth speaks cold words, you treat others well, without holding anything back." At the same time, Neem Chiu thought, "I didn't expect her to have such a past." A while later, Neem Ko asked, "Is there anything unusual?" Neem Chiu pondered. "She is too weak. From her pulse, it is indeed hard to tell if she knows martial arts." Neem Ko rested his chin on his hand, reflecting, "I find her eyebrows really look like the female assassin from that night." Moreover, the two daughters of the V.E. family, right before entering the palace for the selection, both happened to save a prince. This makes it hard for people not to think deeply about it. Neem Chiu continued, "Let's not mention the assassination for now. I feel that her saving me was absolutely not a scheme. Getting injured like this before the selection means she will miss the chance to enter the palace." Neem Ko frowned. "I also hope I'm overthinking it." The next morning at Beat Tien Manor, two maids were gossiping. "This is the first time our second prince has brought a young lady back to his private manor. Could it be that she will become the second princess consort in the future?" The other was surprised. "Isn't she just a foster daughter? How is she worthy of our second prince?" "That's not certain. I heard she is very favored at home." The person who injured her was dealt with by the eldest young master of the V family and lost their life on the spot. Hearing this, Tan Ca gasped in shock. "Who did you say lost their life?" Just then, Neem Chiu walked in. "What's wrong?" Tan Ca replied excitedly. "They said the person who injured me was dealt with by V Mang." She hurriedly asked him, "Do you know specifically who it was?" "My maid Thuong Tuet, is she still alive?" Neem Chiu held out his hand. "Put the things down, you all leave." "Yes." He slowly approached Tan Ca. "Now is not the time for you to worry about these things. Come, drink the medicine. After you drink it, I will help you change the dressing." Just then, Tan Ca suddenly grabbed his hand. She frowned and asked, "Thuong Tuet and I are like sisters. Second Prince, please help me ask about her. How is she?" Neem Chiu was stunned. She is actually so anxious about a maid. It seems she is not cold and heartless after all. He scooped up a spoonful of porridge. "Rest assured, 3 men make a tiger. Rumors cannot be taken as truth. Obediently finish the medicine, and I will help you." Tan Ca hesitated. "You promised." Neem Chiu sighed. "Your current appearance is very much like my sick sister. That year when her mother consort passed away, she cried until she fell ill. I want to feed her medicine, and she was just like you are now, needing someone to coax her before she would obediently open her mouth." Just then, V Teha's voice rang out, "Second sister." Neem Chiu turned back in surprise. "Why are they here?" At this moment, Teha looked at them with unkind eyes. Lowly wrench, daring to bother a Chiu to feed her medicine. Meanwhile, Tan Lin walked over with a smile. "Brother A Chiu, it's better to let me feed medicine to second sister." Hearing this, Neem Chiu handed the medicine bowl to her. "All right, then I will go out first. Tan Lin came to visit you. It shows she cares about your health. After all, you are sisters. You had misunderstandings before. Take this opportunity to talk properly." Tan Ca thought to herself. He assumes there is no hatred between siblings. It's hard for him to detect Tan Lin's hostility towards me. By now, Neem Chiu had left. Tan Lin stopped pretending. "Father finally released me. Guess why?" She continued smugly. "Because he doesn't need to punish me for a useless pawn anymore. Now all of Nan City knows the second prince saved you from the estate, and knows father is harsh to his foster daughter. So he told her to recover outside the estate." Tan Lin sneered. "The selection is in a few days. With you injured like this, 2 crimes punished together, father definitely won't spare you." Tan Ca spoke up. "So, What did father tell you to say to me? Teha replied, Father told you to bid farewell to the second prince soon and return to the manor to recover. Tan Xie glanced thoughtfully. If it was simply to deliver a message, V. Tan Lin could have come alone. Father likely sent Teha along because he was worried Tan Lin might act duplicitously for personal revenge. But for me, this is a good opportunity. She smiled slightly. Didn't big sister say she would feed me medicine? Tan Lin angrily shoved the medicine forward. You still dare to order me to serve you? Drink it yourself. Tan Xie reached out to take it. However, Tan Lin tilted the bowl towards her, causing it to crash to the floor. Hearing the noise, Nim Chiu ran in. What happened? Tan Xie pretended to clutch her wound. Seeing this, Nim Chiu rushed towards her. Tan Lin tried hard to explain. I clearly saw she had a firm grip on the bowl, so I let go. Why didn't you hold it? Nim Chiu was confused. She is injured in the shoulder blade. Her arm is weak, which is why she needs someone to feed her. How could you hand the medicine bowl to her? He looked at her urgently. Hurry and take off your clothes. If the wound gets wet, it will fester. Tan Xie replied shyly, My sisters are still here. Second prince, please let me keep some dignity. Nim Chiu was stunned. Excuse me. Tan Lin, Teha, you two go back first. Come visit again when Tan Xie's health is better. Hearing this, Teha pulled Tan Lin's hand. Big sister, let's go. Don't disturb the second prince and second sister anymore. Tan Lin thought angrily. Nim Chiu has always detested Tan Xie. Ever since she took that sword for him, his attitude has changed, caring for her like this. Seeing him attentive to Tan Xie, Tan Lin was incredibly jealous. No matter how well Nim Chiu treats you, father will not spare you. Cherish your time here. Wait until you return to the manor. A while later, Nim Chiu bandaged Tan Xie's wound. Don't blame Tan Lin. She didn't mean it. Tan Xie replied, I know. Nim Chiu was surprised. He thought he would have to spend effort persuading her. Meanwhile, Tan Xie thought, I cannot badmouth the Tan Lin in front of Nim Chiu right now. Besides, today, I only wanted to use the Teha's eyes to remind father that Nim Chiu cares about his savior, me. Then Nim Chiu suddenly said, The wound will definitely leave a scar. If it affects your marriage in the future, I cannot avoid responsibility. I will definitely give you an explanation. Tan Xie smiled. What is this explanation you speak of? Marry me. Nim Chiu thought. The fox's tail is revealed. Just as Big Brother said, she wants to use the favor to demand a reward. Replying, he smiled slightly. If I say yes, then what? Tan Xie lowered her face. I only aspire to a relationship like the zither and the lute. If I am not in your heart, marrying me would only delay us both. There is no need to do so. Nim Chiu was surprised. Like the zither and the lute, she actually has such a wish. Tan Xie glanced at him. Moreover, although I took a sword for you, you have also healed me. Calculate it out, we owe each other nothing. Nim Chiu put down the gauze. A healer's heart is like a parent's. Even if you hadn't saved me, I would have had to save you. He looked serious. It was abrupt just now. If you need help with anything in the future, just speak up. I'm going to the kitchen to brew a bowl of medicine. A while later, Nim Chiu recounted. I used the position of princess consort to test her, but she refused. It looks like saving me wasn't a plan she had prepared beforehand. Nim Ko continued. This time she disregarded her life to save you. If her father wasn't the one behind the assassination and she was sincere with you, would you like her? Nim Chiu fell into thought. He replied softly, I only feel gratitude towards her. I definitely do not like her enough to choose her as a wife. Nim Ko smiled. Then what kind of wife do you want to choose? Nim Chiu blushed. Of course, someone I fancy. Tying the hair to become husband and wife, loving without suspicion. Mutual affection is the most important thing. What about you, big brother? Nim Ko hesitated. The position beside me can only be reserved for the most suitable person. Whether I like them or not is unimportant. Nim Chiu frowned. Big brother, you bear too much. Nim Ko patted his shoulder gently. Achoo, it doesn't need to worry for me. If you can be happy, I am satisfied. The next day, a maid reported, the selection is today. His Highness went to the palace and hasn't returned yet. Let this servant change the dressing for you. Tan Xie replied, I can change it myself. You may withdraw. She thought to herself, I wonder how the selection is going. If Nim Chiu really chooses a principal consort, then she clenched her hand. Why am I missing him? Just then, V. Meng sneaked in through the window. Tan Xie immediately recognized him. It is late at night. Men and women should keep their distance. Big brother appearing in my room like this is somewhat inappropriate. V. Meng asked back why. Nim Chiu takes care of you every day, personally removing your clothes to apply medicine for you. Is that appropriate? Tan Xie continued. How can that be the same? Suddenly, Vi Meng pulled her shirt down, causing Tan Xie to panic greatly. What are you doing? Looking at the wound on her shoulder, Vi Meng was alarmed. You were truly ruthless to yourself for his sake. As he spoke, he shoved a pill into her mouth. Tan Xie thought, it's so uncomfortable. My whole body has no strength. The wound feels like it's burning. She struggled to grip her hairpin tightly, then swung her hand towards Vi Meng. Vi Meng frowned at her. What? You want to kill me? Tan Xie questioned. You want me dead? Why should I want you alive? Vi Meng let go. Why does the second prince need to manage Vi estate matters? If he sends someone to ask, must I tell him? He looked stern. Moreover, Thuong Tuet injured you. So what if I killed her? Saying this, Vi Meng placed medicine on the table. This is medicine for your external injury. You've mentioned Thuong Tuet for days. Surely you have a lot to say to her now. I won't stay here any longer. Take care of yourself. Having said that, Vi Meng quickly left. Just then, Thuong Tuet walked in, miss. Tan Xie looked at her worriedly. Your neck. Did Vi Meng hurt you? Thuong Tuet covered the wound with her hand. This is what I deserve. At that time, Thuong Tuet insisted firmly. Thuong Tuet absolutely has no second thoughts towards Mississippi. Vi Meng looked stern. Tan Xie gave you this life, yet you let her get hurt. His fate today will be yours tomorrow. Saying that, he stabbed the guard near her. Back in the present, Thuong Tuet said, I harmed Miss and should have been disposed of. The young master spared my life out of consideration for my loyalty to Miss. She bowed her head. From now on, Thuong Tuet will surely do her utmost, using her life to protect you completely. Thuong Tuet looked up. At that moment, Tan Xie's face clearly showed awkwardness. Seeing this, Thuong Tuet bowed again. Perhaps right now you cannot fully trust Thuong Tuet, but as days pass, you will know my heart. Then Tan Xie helped her up. You stand up first. Thuong Tuet continued, right? I still have one thing to tell Mississippi. About the selection yesterday. On the other side, Neem Ko asked. Yesterday, Consort Ha caused a scene, halting the selection midway. What do you think? Neem Chiu calmly replied. It's just filthy harem matters. Consort Ha has always been arrogant. Neem Ko shook his head. It's not simply arrogance. Don't forget Consort Ha is V.E. Tan's younger sister. He advised, the person he wants to enter the palace is still lying at your place. Can she even sit up? Neem Chiu remained silent. Seeing this, Neem Ko continued. In short, V.E. Tan Xie cannot be trusted. Just then, a soldier ran over. Your Highness, the maid beside Miss V.E. has gone out. A moment later on the street, Thuong Tuet pointed, weigh this for me. She glanced and realized someone was following. Thuong Tuet frowned. The task misordered hasn't been done yet. I must find a way to shake him off. Just then, the owner handed over the package. Miss, it's weighed. Here, keep the change. Then she suddenly bumped into Thuong Sin. Thuong Tuet bowed to apologize. Thuong Sin smiled. Such a beautiful appearance. Buying candied fruits? Follow this, Lord. You can have as much as you want. At that moment, Thuong Tuet was surrounded by his group. The candied fruits she bought also fell to the ground. One man grabbed Thuong Tuet tightly. Obediently follow our young master and become a concubine in the Chuck family. Thuong Tuet screamed, let go of me. She thought to herself, I can't move. So he's a martial artist. Thinking of this, she said, I am a maid of the V Manor. If I don't return for a long time, my master will surely come looking. Young master should still. Thuong Sin slapped her face. He chuckled. It is your honor that this lord looks at you. Who cares whose maid you are? On the other side, those present also whispered, Chuck Thuong Sin is robbing people again. That is the only son of the imperial censor. Bumping into him is truly unlucky. At this moment, Thuong Sin laughed. If it's someone from the V.E. Manor, even better. If I ask Lord V.E. for her, would he refuse? Take her away. Just then, a foot suddenly kicked out. Thuong Sin looked back fiercely. Who dares to kick me? Neem Ko frowned and replied, it was me. He glared at Thuong Sin. As the son of an important court official, not setting an example, but daring to forcibly seize a common girl on the street. Do you know your crime? Thuong Sin calmly dusted himself off. She dirted my clothes. I just wanted to teach her a lesson. He sneered. Why must you assign random crimes to me? Thuong Sin waved his hand. Forget it. I am magnanimous and won't bicker with a little girl. Let's go. The others were puzzled. What is it, boss? Thuong Sin said sternly, go quickly. At this time, the soldier asked, Your Highness, Chuck Thuong Sin always relies on his father's power to act outrageously. Why not take this chance to punish him? Neem Ko replied coldly. The power behind him won't be shaken by this matter. Just wait. In the future, I definitely won't spare him. At the same time, Thuong Tuet walked towards him. Thank you, Your Highness, for helping. Neem Ko smiled. You are the maid beside V. Tan Ca, right? Out to buy candied fruits for your mistress? Thuong Tuet replied. That is right. The medicine is bitter, so I bought some sweet candied fruits for Mississippi. Neem Ko continued. You are truly thoughtful. How long have you followed your mistress? I heard before that V. Tan Ca's health was poor, and she was raised in the countryside. I wonder where. A while later, Thuong Tuet recounted, the crown prince followed me for a stretch and asked a few questions. He is clearly suspicious of you. Tan Ca reassured her. Right now the crown prince is just probing. With father here, he is always cautious. The crown prince won't find anything. You don't need to worry. Thuong Tuet cautiously continued, Mississippi. There's also the matter you assigned to Thuong Tuet. Thuong Tuet was foolish and couldn't find a chance to spread the news. What should be done about the master's side? Tan Ca looked serious. If this fails, the rumor that father and I are at odds will be hard to change. Upon returning to the manor, father definitely won't spare me. I'm only afraid he will touch mother. Thinking of this, she reached out to Thuong Tuet. It's fine. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It's good that you could return safely. What Chuck Thuong Sin did today made you suffer. In the future, I will definitely find a chance to avenge you. Thuong Tuet hurriedly stopped her. Miss, you cannot. The Chuck family's power is vast. You don't need to provoke him for my sake. Just then, Neem Chiu pushed the door open and barged in. I've heard about it. That bastard. He looks serious. It's inconvenient for you to show your face. I will handle Thuong Tuet's matter for her. Tan Ca was surprised. Your Highness. Neem Chiu frowned. Daring to bully my people, I must make him pay. Tan Ca was stunned. My people? She and Thuong Tuet bowed. Your Highness's kindness. Tan Ca accepted on Thuong Tuet's behalf. Thank you, Your Highness. At this time, Neem Chiu looked at Tan Ca's bag. You want to leave? Tan Ca smiled. My injuries have improved. I also cannot stay at the manor, disturbing you forever. Hearing that, Neem Chiu grabbed her hand. How can it be better? Let me see. Tan Ca was surprised. No need. Neem Chiu looked at her decisively. I am a doctor. Whether you can go or not is for me to decide. He was stunned when touching Tan Ca's pulse. You really have improved a lot. Medicine with strong properties. Although it can make you better faster, the negative impact on your body is also faster. It's best to drink less. Tan Ca thought to herself. He guessed that I used other medicine, yet only worried about whether my body could withstand it or not. At this time, Neem Chiu turned around. You two pack up. I'm leaving. Just then, Tan Ca spoke up, Second Highness. She said sincerely, thank you for this period of time. Neem Chiu chuckled. Another day, I will visit the V Manor to see you. If you don't take good care of yourself and ruin my reputation, I will hold you accountable. The next day at the gate of Beat Tien Phu, V Mang had brought a carriage to wait. Beside him was also Neem Company. Seeing this, Neem Chiu was a bit surprised. Why did Big Brother come here too? Neem Ko replied. I heard second Ms. V's injuries are healed and she's preparing to leave. Tan Ca bowed. It is all thanks to the Second Highness's superb medical skills. Neem Ko probed. Seeing your injuries were so heavy that day, I thought it would take you a very long time to recover. I didn't expect you to heal so quickly. V. Mang interjected. It was I who brought special medicine to her. Does the Crown Prince feel there is a problem? Neem Ko smiled. I was just exclaiming a bit. Young Master V does not need to rush to explain. V. Mang looked at him sternly. Neem Ko walked up to Tan Ca. I heard before that you had an old illness. I see your body is actually much healthier than ordinary ladies in their boudoirs. Seeing this, Neem Chiu stopped him. Big Brother. Neem Chiu continued. You guys go first. Tan Ca bowed. Tan Ca takes her leave first. After they left, Neem Chiu asked in confusion, Brother, what is wrong with you today? Neem Ko replied. The people sent to investigate V. Tan Ca have returned. Neem Chiu was surprised. What? Found a problem? Neem Ko looked serious. No, but their investigation was too smooth, making me very uneasy. I feel like someone intentionally leaked false information to me. Neem Chiu continued. Big Brother is too tense. Your subordinates are all talented people in the palace, and V. Tien is right before our eyes. How could he have the skill to hide things? On the other side, at the Dong Tang Lao study, Vietian said politely. I cannot accept you calling me father. He frowned, working hard to raise you for over 10 years, in exchange for the notoriety of treating an adopted daughter harshly. Tell me, where have I treated you harshly? Tansier lowered her head. Father, quell your anger. The rumors outside were not my intention. That day, things happened suddenly, and I was heavily injured. The Second Highness was also momentarily anxious, so Ven interrupted. Stop using those words to brush me off. Without your consent, how could Neem Chiu seek help from afar instead of nearby, taking you out of the manor for treatment? I know the little schemes in your heart. Tansier raised her head. Father, and gritted his teeth. You feel that now you are Neem Chiu's savior. I cannot touch you? You don't want your mother to live anymore, is that right? Tansier frowned. Tansier has never been disloyal to father. It was just an accident. Please spare mother. Ven looked at her indifferently. Then will you accept punishment? Tansier said sternly. It is what Tansier should bear. On the other side, Tan Lin laughed secretly in satisfaction. Thought you were very important in father's heart. Just provoking a few sentences, and didn't he punish you already? You can share the burden with father. Only me. At the same time, the rope was already bloodied. Ven said sternly. Someone must have told you already. Within 3 months, make Neem Chiu willingly marry you. This is your last chance. Withdraw. Tansier trembled, looked up, and said yes. A moment later, she staggered away. Meng had witnessed everything. He angrily clenched his fists. At Yin Chi Pavilion, Thuong Tuet was applying medicine for Tansier. The wounds on your back are done. Hearing that, Tansier reached for her clothes. Thuong Tuet looked at her in confusion. Why did the master beat you? Because of the rumors outside? Tansier replied. He said it was because of that, but I just figured out a problem. She frowned. Ven is fully capable of silently resolving the rumors. Why did he let it be until today? Thuong Tuet asked curiously why. Tansier said softly, because he doesn't care about the rumors at all. Thuong Tuet was surprised. Then why did Lord Ve punish you? Tansier lowered her eyes to look at the wound on her hand. It wasn't punishment. He hit me for Neem Chiu to see. She looked serious. You have to go out for a trip. Saying that, she took out a purse. Tansier chuckled. Just now when I came back, I heard something. 2 days later is the first madam's birthday. They want to hold a banquet in the palace. Go out of the manor and buy a present to make it look presentable. Hearing that, Thuong Tuet was a bit flustered. Is that true? It's my fault for being confused and forgetting to tell Mississippi. The gift the master prepared for you is ready. No need to buy another. Tansier smiled bitterly. Don't forget, in our courtyard, there is still a bitch key. That day will be crowded and complicated. To prevent any mishaps, prepare another portion. Thuong Tuet nodded. Okay, I'll go right away. She suddenly realized, right previously at Beat Tien Phu, the crown prince was watching. It wasn't easy for me to spread the news that you saved the Second Highness. Later, do you need me to conveniently do this? Tansier shook her head. No need. Neem Chiu carried me from the Ve manor. Being seen by others, outsiders didn't know the reason, so they rumored that Ve Tin treated his adopted daughter harshly. Spreading this matter was only to resolve the rumors. Since Ve Tien doesn't care, we don't need to care anymore. She added, however, you can conveniently buy me a portion of rose cake. On the other side, at the Ngu family tavern, Yin Shi was leisurely drinking tea. Suddenly he looked serious. After all, this isn't the Yin kingdom. It's been so long, my injuries have healed, yet I still haven't found her. After saying that, he shut his eyes tight. Batik beside him burst out laughing. Seeing this, Yin Chi got angry and slammed his hand on the table. Am I very funny? Batik pointed. Subordinate isn't laughing at you. I'm listening to the two people behind discussing an interesting matter. At the same time, the owner led Thuong Tuet upstairs. The rose cakes are coming out of the oven soon. The first floor is full of guests. Guest, please go up to the second floor to sit first. At this time, she also heard those malicious rumors. This adopted daughter of the Nam Luang Prime Minister was injured for some reason a while ago. She was taken by the second prince to his own residence. Everyone says she wanted to cling to Neem Chiu using a bitter meat trap. The injury healed long ago, but she refused to leave, acting pitiful in front of Neem Chiu all day. Later, Vietian felt guilty and sent people to forcibly bring her back. A lone man and woman together for so long. These two people, who knows? Really exciting. Didn't expect the folk customs in Nam Luang to be so open. Hearing this, Thuong Tuet's face darkened. Batik over there chuckled. This woman is also too lacking in self-respect. Already, hearing this, Thuong Tuet walked over and grabbed his collar. Who doesn't know self-respect? Which of your eyes saw her acting pitiful? Don't you know talking nonsense behind people's backs will get your tongue cut out? Yin Chi panicked and reached out to her. Miss, quell your anger. He was just idly talking about what he heard, not intentionally fabricating it. Thuong Tuet questioned sternly. Heard from where? Batik tremblingly pointed behind him. A while later, at Yin Chi Pavilion, I'm furious. Thuong Tuet put her hands on her hips. These idle people, how can they speak nonsense? At the same time, Tan Xie slowly opened the package of cakes. Being able to know the details of Tien sending people to pick me up shows that these words were spread from within the manor. She smiled. This kind of rumor ruins my reputation. Entering the palace selection will face obstacles. Tell me, who wants this result the most? Thuong Tuet guessed. It's the eldest miss again. She frowned. This matter must be told to the master. An important matter affecting the selection is not something V. Tan Lin can shoulder. Tan Xie stopped her. No, he won't help me. On the contrary, he is happy this happened. When the time comes, no need for the selection. I can also use a small sedan chair to send me into beat Tien Fu. The reason is that my reputation is already ruined. Nim Chiu pities me and will definitely agree. Thuong Tuet was confused. It's so serious. How can you still eat? Tan Xie calmly replied, must eat full first to think of a way, right? The next day, Thuong Tuet asked, Miss, the birthday gift for the madam hasn't had any issues up to now. The gift we bought doesn't need to be swapped, right? Tan Xie nodded. Perhaps I overthought it. She suddenly looked serious. Thuong Tuet, today is the madam's birthday banquet. Chuck Thuong, Sim will likely come. If you go to the front courtyard with me to offer congratulations, it's very easy to bump into him. I should still take Bitch Key there. Thuong Tuet looked at her worriedly. Then what if Bitch Key plays tricks at the birthday banquet? Tan Xie chuckled. Still don't trust your mistress? Don't worry, I will be alert. Go call Bitch Key to go to the front with me. Yes. A moment later, Tan Xie led Bitch Key to pay respects. Congratulations to Mother on her birthday. Ven continued. Stand up. At this time, Tan Lin also spoke up. I really want to know what gift sister gave. Why not open the box for us to see? Hearing that, Tan Xie was a bit suspicious. At the same time, Thuong Gi also added, then open it for everyone to see. Tan Lin laughed secretly. Later, when father sees the gift I painstakingly prepared for you, he will definitely be angry. Even V.E. Mang won't be able to save you. At this moment, Bitch Key slowly opened the box. Suddenly, Tan Xie stopped her. Tan Xie chuckled. It's better if I personally open it for Mother to see. The gift is ordinary. If people see it, they will laugh. Teha put her hands on her hips and questioned. Bought randomly on the street, right? Truly ordinary enough, definitely not worth money. A few hours ago, Thuong Tuet carefully advised, this box isn't big either. How about bringing it along? In case Bitch Key plays tricks on the way and ruins your gift, if you bring it, you can still swap it. Tan Xie extended her hand. Okay, I'll bring it. Now you are at ease, right? Back to the present. Right at this moment, V. Meng appeared behind. He said, Father, the theater stage is ready. We can invite the guests to move there to watch. Hearing that, Tien stood up. Everyone, let us go. At the same time, Bitch Key reached out her hand. Second miss, give the gift to this servant. Seeing this, Tan Lin was unreconciled. The gift father prepared before sending to Yin Chi Pavilion. I clearly told Bitch Key to swap it for a plum blossom hairpin. Could be Bitch Key betrayed me? Thinking of this, she walked in front of Tan Xie. That cheap gift definitely wasn't prepared by father for you. Could it be you're dissatisfied with mother? So you hid the gift father sent privately? Especially swapping it for this rag to deceive mother. Tan Xie chuckled. I just feel that no matter how good a gift prepared by others is, it is not as meaningful as one I personally prepared. Saying this, she opened the box. Saying I hid it privately wrongs me. I should still return it to father. Seeing this, V. Meng was extremely astonished. As for Tan Lin, she forced a smile and took it. I see this hairpin is very beautiful. Why return it to father? Why not keep it for yourself to use? Just then, a servant beside her whispered. Eldest Mississippi hearing that, Tan Lin's mood became happy. She stroked her hair and looked at Tan Xie. Sister, hurry to the front to watch the play. I still have some matters to attend to. I won't go over there with sister. Tan Xie thought to herself, what matter could make her so happy? On the other side, Bitch Key looked at Tan Lin in fear. Tan Lin thought. Trust bitch Key one more time. Tell her to find a chance to destroy the hairpin. End this matter. After Tan Lin left, V. Meng walked up to Tan Xie. Where did that hairpin come from? Tan Xie thought in confusion. Why is he asking about this? She turned her head and ordered, you return to Yin Chi Pavilion first. Yes. At this moment, Tan Xie slowly opened the box. Is there a problem with this hairpin? V. Meng immediately took it. He held it up to examine. True Han, it truly belongs to my mother. V. Meng recounted. When I was young, I saw her wear it, but after she passed away, this hairpin's whereabouts became unknown. Tan Xie thought to herself, V. Meng was born of a noble concubine. Only after his biological mother passed away was he recorded as the eldest legitimate son under Madame V's name, telling me to present his biological mother's relic to the legitimate mother as a birthday gift. So this was V. Tan Lin's idea. Thinking of this, she closed the box. If it belonged to your mother, consider it returned to its owner. Having said that, she left. V. Meng looked after her in confusion. You haven't said where this came from yet. Tan Xie replied, ask V. Tan Lin. A moment later, as Tan Xie was walking in the courtyard, a voice suddenly rang out. Which family's young lady are you? Did you come out here to play because you didn't want to listen to the opera either? Nunok frowned. Teha, is there any noble young lady in Yin City we don't know? She must be a young lady from some small, insignificant household coming here to rely on power and connections. Why are you being polite to her? She then poked Song Lak's head. Hey, who allowed you to pick up my ball? Drop the ball immediately and return it to us. Seeing this, Tan Xie saw her own shadow in that child. Tan Lin aggressively pointed at her. Who allowed you to wear clothes I used to wear? Take them off for me. Even if they have sand, I won't give them to you. Take them off immediately. At that time, Tan Xie could only tremble in fear. Back to the present, she walked over with a stern face. You're all grown up like this, yet you bully a 5 or 6-year-old child. Do you not feel ashamed? Nunok haughtily crossed her arms. Who are you to come and back her up? Look at your simple attire. You aren't her petty concubine mother, are you? Teha whispered, Nunok, that is my second sister, V. Tan Xie. Hearing this, Nunok sneered. She frowned. So the shameless woman pestering the second prince is you. Having said that, Nunok immediately raised her hand towards her, lowly wretch. However, she was easily caught by Tan Xie. Tan Xie spoke sternly. I advise you not to get physical. I come from the mountains. My skin is rough and my flesh is thick. It's not worth it for the eldest Mississippi. If you hit me, the only one in pain will be you. Teha beside her added, don't make a scene anymore. If you fight with her, not only will you not get a good result, but the scene will also be unsightly. Don't forget you are about to enter the palace for the selection. How can you not pay attention to your image like this? Now, at this moment, Tan Xie reached out to Suong Lak. Come here. She gently picked Suong Lak up. Big sister will hold you. Seeing this, Nunok was extremely annoyed. The second prince being entangled by this kind of village woman is truly infuriating. A moment later, at another place, Tan Xie gently set Suong Lak down. All right, you don't need to be afraid now. Suong Lak looked at Tan Xie worriedly. Sister, why are you injured? Tan Xie replied, Sister did something wrong, so I was punished by father. Suong Lak looked at her innocently. How could he beat you so cruelly? He must be a bad person. I'll blow on it for you. When I get hurt, second brother also blows on it for me. After blowing, it doesn't hurt anymore. Tan Xie laughed. It's really effective. Sister doesn't hurt anymore. At this moment, she asked, which family are you from? Did you come here with your parents? Shall I take you to your parents? Suong Lak frowned. I came with my brothers. My mother passed away, and father hasn't visited me for a very long time. Hearing this, Tan Xie felt great pity. Sister's mother is also in a very faraway place. I haven't been able to see her for a long time either. She gently patted Suong Lak's head to comfort her. Your brothers must treat you very well. That's why they raised you to be so obedient. Saying this, she stood up. Let's go find them. Suong Lak happily jumped up. Okay. On the other side, Tan Lin walked out suspiciously from the back. She smiled brightly and said, Brother A. Chiu, I heard you were looking for me. Tan Lin was confused. What's the matter? Neem Chiu frowned. Why did you spread scandalous rumors to harm V. Tan Xie? Tan Lin looked at him in shock. Did V. Tan Xie tell you I did it? Neem Chiu rubbed his temples and replied, I investigated it myself. Hearing this, Tan Lin hurriedly went to his side to explain, it wasn't me. It was her. She fabricated the rumors herself, then intentionally framed me. Brother A. Chiu, you must believe me. Nim Chiu immediately brushed her hand away. Enough, V. Tonlin. Things have reached this point, yet you still quibble. He looked stern. I can let it go this time, but if I discover you standing behind the scenes harming her again, I definitely won't spare you. Tonlin asked back resentfully. Nim Chiu, how long have you known her? Do you trust her that much already? At the same time, Nim Ko stood outside and heard everything. He thought to himself, V. Tonlin and V. Tonca have no conflict of interest. There is no reason to waste effort doing something that yields no good result like that. Is it possible that V. Tonca really orchestrated everything just to win a Chiu's sympathy and pity? Just then, a soldier ran towards him. Crown Prince, I have a matter to report. Nim Ko bent down to pick up the flowers. He thought, these belong to Suong Lak. At the same time, Nunak was laughing and joking in his direction. You can't catch me. Just then, she suddenly bumped into Nim Company. Nunak aggressively pointed her finger. Hey, don't you see we are playing shuttlecock? Why are you standing here blocking people's way? At this moment, the soldier bowed. Crown Prince, your subordinate has asked the people of the VE Manor for help. I believe we will find the 6th princess very soon. Hearing this, Nim Ko slowly turned his head. Have you seen a 5 or 6-year-old girl wearing this on her head? Nunak thought to herself, he is the crown prince. That means the little girl is a princess. Thea spoke up, I saw her. Hearing that, Nunak quickly interrupted. We originally wanted to invite her to play shuttlecock together, but V. Tonca suddenly appeared and took her away. She added, I heard V. Tonca say that taking her along would allow her to meet the 2nd prince. Nim Ko continued, thank you for telling me. After he left, Nunak happily called out, respectfully sending off the crown prince. Teha broke into a sweat. Tong Nunak, how could you lie? Nunak frowned. If I didn't say that, later when the crown prince finds the princess, V. Tonca would tattle on us. No one here would be at peace. She laughed. Now that the crown prince believes our words, no matter what V. Tonca says, he won't believe her. A while later, Nim Chiu saw Tonca walking with Suong Lak. At this time, Suong Lak also saw him. She happily ran over, Big Brother. Tonca was surprised, so the brother she mentioned is the crown prince. At the same time, Nim Ko looked at Suong Lak with concern. Why are your clothes so dirty? Suong Lak replied. Suong Lak accidentally tripped and fell. Big Brother, don't be angry. Next time Suong Lak won't wander off casually anymore. She happily waved to Tonca. Sister, this is my brother. Tonca bowed. This commoner did not know the princess's identity. If there was any offense, I hope the princess will forgive me. Nim Ko frowned. No need to be hypocritical. Hearing this, Suong Lak looked at him angrily. Why is Big Brother being so fierce to the sister? The sister treated Suong Lak very well. Nim Ko replied, you are still young, unable to distinguish right from wrong or good from evil. You are easily deceived. You don't know that some people approach you with a purpose. Tonca frowned. If your highness has any dissatisfaction with me, please say it directly. Is there a need to repeatedly use insulting words? Nim Ko looked stern. I just want to ask you to stay away from my younger brother and sister. A little bit. Suong Lak struggled. No, I don't want to. Just then, Nim Chiu appeared from behind. Big Brother. He looked stern. Big Brother, I haven't been a child for a long time. Who I am close to is my business. I don't need you to say so much. Why do you need to repeatedly seek out Tonca to make things difficult? Like this? Nim Ko looked stern. Although we were not born of the same mother, we grew up together since childhood. Don't you know how I treat you? Could I possibly harm you? Her schemes are very deep. I just haven't found a flaw yet. Nim Chiu continued. Then investigate first before speaking. For now, stop threatening her. He glanced at Nim Ko. The palace guards have come to urge you back to handle official business. You should take 6 sister back to the palace quickly. I will take Tonca back to her courtyard and return later. Hearing this, Nim Ko left reluctantly. I will eventually make you see her true face clearly. At this moment, Suong Lak shouted, Goodbye, sister. I will come to visit you again. Nim Chiu gently patted her head. You see, your kindness can still be seen by others. Seeing this, Tonca looked straight into his eyes. Nim Chiu shyly retracted his hand immediately. I always comfort Suong Lak like this. I accidentally treated you like her. He thought to himself, previously, to treat her, I spread some rumors. I must be careful and cannot treat her too casually anymore. If people see, wouldn't it harm her again? But if I say this, will she misunderstand that I see her as a younger sister? Thinking of this, he said, I absolutely do not have the intention of seeing you as a younger sister. Neem Chu put his hand to his head and continued. No, if you were my younger sister, I would naturally be very happy, but Tansier laughed. She happily walked ahead. Didn't you say you want to take me back? Let's go. Neem Chiu stammered in agreement. A moment later, he coughed lightly. Neem Chiu started a conversation. Did you notice? Chuck Thuongson didn't come today. Tan Xie didn't pay much attention. She replied perfunctorily. Is that so? Neem Chiu recounted. This morning, Chuck Thuongson was found in the back alley of Hong Non brothel. He will probably have to stay in bed for half a month. Tan Xie was surprised. Neem Chiu then shyly continued. I found someone to beat Chuck Thuongson. I said last time I would take revenge for your maid. I didn't break my promise. He raised his hand to swear. Although today I only punished him secretly, rest assured, there will be a day when I will clearly settle his evil deeds and bring him to justice. Tan Xie stared blankly at him. She thought, although I told myself countless times that this is just a mission Father entrusted to me, my heart still uncontrollably beats fast like this. She stammered a reply. Thank you, Second Prince. At this moment, the wound on Tan Xie's arm was revealed. Neem Chiu asked curiously, your arm? Just then, Tan Xie suddenly tripped and fell. Neem Chiu immediately grabbed her hand. Be careful. He looked stern. Who made the whip marks on your arm? Tan Xie pulled her hand back. I did something wrong and was punished by Father. It's almost healed. Your Highness doesn't need to worry. Neem Chiu asked again, who made the whip marks on your arm? He speculated, is it because of the bad rumors outside? Tan Xie thought to herself, anyway, I don't have a good reason to deceive him, so just let him think that. Seeing her silence, Neem Chiu continued, rumors are naturally not true. Don't take outsiders' words to heart. If needed, I can explain to Lord V. Tan Xie shook her head. It's okay, it has passed. She thought to herself, he is so good, yet I am always deceiving him. On the other side, at Fu Siyu courtyard, Tan Lin angrily kicked bitch Qi. Idiot, you can't even handle this little thing quickly. She frowned and crossed her arms. Don't say I didn't give you a chance. Steal the hairpin out. I won't pursue this matter anymore. If you can't steal it and it gets exposed later, the person who swapped the hairpin is you. It has nothing to do with me. Bitch Qi thought to herself, I did so many things for you in vain, but once things fail, you want to discard me immediately. Thinking of this, she bowed her head. Master, the hairpin is no longer in V. Tan Xie's hands. Tan Lin was surprised. Then where is it? Just then, V. Meng walked in. It's with me. Seeing this, Tan Lin ordered, you go out first. At this moment, V. Meng glared. I said, don't touch her. Do you not understand? Tan Lin calmly asked back, is Big Brother angry? She smiled slightly. You still want to use force on me like last time? I admit I can't beat you. But don't forget this is my courtyard. If I scream, the maids will all come out. With so many eyes watching, if you dare to hurt me, they will definitely report it to Father. V. Meng frowned. So what if they report to Father? You secretly swapped Tan Xie's gift, wanting to harm her at the birthday banquet. As the eldest brother, who is like a father, is there anything wrong with me disciplining you on Father's behalf? Tan Lin stammered. You. V. Meng interrupted. I ask you, where did this hairpin come from? Where are my mother's other belongings? Tan Lin replied, let's make an exchange. I tell you where the hairpin came from, and you agree not to hold this against me. After all, V. Tan Xie is fine in the end. A while later, V. Meng walked out. Let's go, I got the location. Trumai looked at him and asked, Master, the little madam passed away so long ago. This time might just be a coincidence. Even if we go there, can we really find the other things lost back then? V. Meng silently shed tears. He replied, Mother died because of me. Not knowing the truth for so many years is unfilial. Now that there's a chance to find the thing she loved while she was alive, even if it's a wasted trip, it is worth it. At the same time, Tan Lin showed her disdain openly, a lowly spawn of a concubine. Just because he was raised under my mother's name, he considers himself the legitimate eldest son. And he dares to manage me? She frowned. Wait until I become a crown princess and take over the VE clan's underground forces. I will kick you out of the VE family immediately. That night, at Kanhoa Palace, Neem Ko was holding a brush, and the scent of incense filled the room. Just then, Neem Chu walked in. So many memorials. Imperial Father is seriously ill. Fortunately, Big Brother is managing court affairs. You've worked hard. Neem Ko sighed. If you have time to chat, you might as well come give me a hand. Neem Chiu waved his hand. No need. I don't want to be the emperor anyway. Why, look at these tiring things. He smiled. Big Brother has both talent and virtue, and can handle state affairs yourself. I am ashamed to be inferior and dare not show off my skills. Hearing this, Neem-ko stood up, having both talent and virtue. Only you flatter me like that. The ministers in the court all accuse me of having high ambitions but low talent, being mediocre and incompetent, hoping the position of crown prince changes to someone else. Neem-Chiu patted his shoulder to comfort him. How can Big Brother take those words to heart? They're just seeing that the Empress has passed away and you don't have the support of your maternal family. Failing to rope you in, they want to bully you. Moreover, isn't there still Lord VE supporting you? Neem-ko frowned. Although VETN supports me, seeing the recent events, I always feel he has ulterior motives. The two sisters of the VE family. Perhaps he plotted for them to approach us. Hearing this, Neem-Chiu angrily pulled away from him. Big Brother, stop mentioning this matter. I can distinguish true feelings from false intentions. At least Han Xie is absolutely not the kind of person you say. Neem-ko spoke sternly. You used to be so smart, but now that you are involved, you can't see clearly. No matter what I say, you won't listen, right? Neem-Chiu frowned. The foundation of the country is not something two little girls can shake. He spread his hands. What Big Brother needs to think about now is how to bring some new power into the court and establish forces that belong to you, so you won't be passive like this anymore. Neem-ko pursed his lips tightly. He looked stern. You are right. Only with new strength does Nam Luong have hope. In a few days, let's organize a hunting trip. Invite all the children of noble families in Nan City. We will select some usable talents from among them. The next day in Nan City, the scenery was misty. Neem-Chiu silently stood watching Tan Xie from behind. He followed her every gesture and action. At this moment, Tui Di said, Tan Xie, let's go. We will return to our hometown in Tanchao together. Hearing this, Neem-Chiu turned and walked away. At that moment, Tan Xie also realized his presence. She turned around in panic. Neem-Chiu, Tan Xie woke up from her dream. Don't go. Seeing this, Thuong Tuet spoke up. Miss, I am here. Tan Xie put her hand to her head and replied, I didn't call you for anything. It was just a dream. Seeing this, Thuong Tuet walked over worriedly. Look at you sweating. Did you have a nightmare? Tan Xie looked stern. Dreaming that I was free and could return to Tan Chao with my mother is a good dream. She thought to herself, but why did Neem-Chiu appear in the dream? Thinking of this, she asked, Thuong Tuet, why did you enter the VE manor? Do you still have any relatives in this world? Thuong Tuet stammered. My hometown is on the border between Nam Luong and the Yin Kingdom, which is the place currently managed by the second prince's maternal uncle. She recounted, there was always warfare there. Only my sister and I survived in the family and escaped. Later, my sister couldn't bear living on the streets and died in a foreign land, leaving only me. Before leaving, she instructed, Tuet, sister has to go meet father and mother. Thuong Tuet was still a child back then. Sister, don't go. Thuong Tuet shed tears in grief. The VE Manor took in many orphans like me. Seeing this, Tan Xie wiped her tears. Later, when no one is around, can you call me sister? Thuong Tuet smiled. Sister. Just then, a knock on the door rang out. Thuong Tuet looked out curiously. Someone is knocking. Who would come this early? Tan Xie replied, I'll tidy up a bit. Thuong Tuet, go open the door. A moment later, Tan Xie pushed the door open and walked out. Seeing Princess Song Lak eating pastries, she stopped. The little girl happily ran over calling, Sister. Neem-Chiu smiled. This girl kept clamoring to come find you to play. Couldn't wait a moment longer. Sorry to disturb you. Suong Lak retorted. Clearly it was second brother who dragged me up early in the morning, saying he wanted to visit sister Tan Xie. Neem-Chiu looked away awkwardly. Didn't you say no one plays with you? Just then, Suong Lak tugged at Tan Xie's sleeve. Sister, Father Emperor is ill and hasn't visited me for a long time. Eldest brother is busy reviewing memorials. Second brother only knows how to tell me to do homework. Fifth sister doesn't like me. The maids are all. The little girl frowned sadly. Anyway, only you treat me well. Are you willing to play with Suong Lak? Tan Xie smiled softly. Princess Suong Lak is so adorable. How could I not be willing? The weather is beautiful today. Do you want to go fly a kite? Hearing this, Suong Lak was extremely excited. Okay. The little girl happily ran ahead. Let's go fly a kite. A moment later, Suong Lak laughed with delight. It's flying up. She looked up in awe. So high. Meanwhile, Tan Xie looked at the two of them thoughtfully. Just now Suong Lak said she hadn't seen her sick father emperor for a long time. Neem-Ko has taken over managing state affairs. Could the emperor be seriously ill? But why is there no news at all? At that moment, Neem-Chiu suddenly walked towards her. He waved his hand. Tan Xie. Nim Chiu tilted his head and asked, "What are you thinking about?" Tan Xie asked awkwardly, "Is the emperor ill?" Nim Chiu replied, "Father Emperor suffered some injuries on the battlefield in the past, and now that he is old, the old wounds have relapsed, so he feels a bit unwell. Actually, it's nothing serious. No need to worry." Tan Xie glanced away. Seeing this, Nim Chiu took the opportunity to speak up. "That's right, there will be a hunting trip organized soon. Suong Lak is going too. Do you want to come along?" Tan Xie smiled slightly. "Is it Suong Lak who hopes I go, or is it you who hopes I go?" Nim Chiu replied shyly. Just then, Suong Lak stepped in to save the situation. "Of course we both hope you go." Tan Xie was surprised. "Princess." Suong Lak smiled brightly and continued, "Sister, you must go, and we can play together." Tan Xie nodded and replied, "All right." On the other side, Tan Lin was extremely jealous. "Nim Chiu, now your heart and eyes are full of her. Do you know that her gentleness and sincerity are all a disguise, and her liking for you is also fake?" She frowned. "I will tell you her true colors." A moment later, at the gate of Yinchi Pavilion, Vi Meng called out to Tan Xie, "Father has instructions." Seeing this, Thuong Tuet bowed. "This servant withdraws." Tan Xie walked toward Vi Meng. "What is it?" Vi Meng recounted. "The crown prince wants to organize a hunt. We will all go then. Father wants you to assist and create an opportunity for Vi Tan Lin and the crown prince to be alone together." Tan Xie laughed. "Beauty, saving the hero relies on me to push it forward. Now she wants to be alone with him, yet she looks for me." Vi Meng continued. "Actually, I've already arranged it. You just need to do one thing. If you need help, just say so." Tan Xie looked serious. "Actually, there's one thing. Recently, the crown prince has been watching me too closely." Just then, Vi Meng suddenly realized someone is eavesdropping. Tan Xie stopped him. "No need, I know who it is." Vi Meng guessed, "It's Bitch Qi." Tan Xie was surprised. "How did you know?" Vi Meng recounted, "I saw her at Vi Tan Lin's place once. We cannot keep her anymore." Tan Xie calmly continued, "Don't bother big brother. I can handle her myself." Vi Meng looked at her sternly. "Handle how? You just want to spare her and brush me off." Tan Xie hesitated. "Is a life, after all." Vi Meng frowned. "Keeping her will only bring trouble. Sooner or later, you will be harmed by her." Tan Xie replied softly, "Big brother should tell me how I must help Vi Tan Lin instead." This hunting trip is set for Tien Sun on the outskirts of Nan City. Half a month later, at Tien Sun, everyone had gathered at the hunting ground. Tan Xie walked out in hunting attire. Thuong Tuet looked at her, sweating. "I see Chuck Thuong Sin has arrived too." Tan Xie instructed, "After we go up the mountain, stay in the camp and don't go out to avoid him finding you and causing trouble again." Just then, Thuong Sin's voice rang out. "Look who I found here. Isn't this the little maid from the VE Manor?" He glanced at Tan Xie. "You are the second miss of the VE family." Thuong Sin laughed, just like the rumors said. "A face like a flower, like the moon." At that moment, Nim Chiu walked over holding Suong Lak. "I heard you were beaten a while ago. Have your wounds healed? Want to spar a little later?" Thuong Sin was surprised. "Second Highness." He smiled slightly. "Your Highness is joking. When it comes to martial arts, how could I beat you?" Having said that, Thuong Sin and his group quickly left. "Isn't it just because you're the son of a favored concubine?" At the same time, Nim Chiu said, "Don't mind that guy. Sooner or later, I will deal with him thoroughly." He blushed looking at Tan Xie. "On the other hand, I didn't expect you to look so beautiful in riding gear. Like this." Tan Xie rested her chin on her hand, looking smug. "Seems like I usually dress too casually." Nim Chiu continued awkwardly. "I didn't mean that. You were beautiful before. Today you are even more beautiful." Suong Lak mischievously chimed in. "Second brother, before your mouth was sweet, now it's even sweeter." Seeing this, Nim Chiu gently tapped her head. "You naughty girl, daring to mock your brother. I won't hunt rabbits for you to play with later." Suong Lak squinted. "Second brother, I was wrong." On the other side, the sound of horses rang out from afar. Yen Chi stared in amazement. "It's her. A few months ago, I was seriously injured in Nam Luong, thought I would die there. Coincidentally, she was passing by. At that time, Tan Xie sat down and asked. She frowned. "You are from the Yin Kingdom." Seeing this, Yin Chi grabbed her hand. "Save me." Tan Xie lifted him up. "I can save you, but I have a few questions first. You must answer truthfully. You are from the Yin Kingdom. Why are you in Nam Luong?" Yin Chi replied weakly. "Miss, you don't know. Recently the Yin Kingdom sent envoys to Nam Luong. Tan Xie was surprised. You're a member of this delegation. Are you all right? She quickly took out a pill. This is a heart-protecting pill. It helps protect the heart and stop bleeding. Drink it quickly. Tan Xie watched him. How do you feel? Yin Qi slowly opened his eyes. He smiled. Thank you for saving my life. Mississippi, may I ask for your name? I will definitely visit to thank you another day. Tan Xie replied coldly. It is inconvenient to mention my name. You are a member of the delegation. If you truly want to repay me, then think of a way to stop the war with our country. I thank you in advance on behalf of the people of Nam Luang. Hearing this, Yin Qi reached out to her chin. If you won't reveal your name, you should at least let me see my benefactor's face, right? Saying that, he pulled off Tan Xie's veil. Tan Xie glared. You person, I was kind enough to save your life, yet you are so rude. Yin Qi was stunned. Eyebrows like distant mountains, skin fair and smooth. Miss, you are truly beautiful. At this, Tan Xie turned around. If you're feeling better, sir, I am leaving. Still able to talk glibly. Seems you are fine now. Meanwhile, Yin Qi watched her go. He smiled and held up Tan Xie's veil, heart turned towards the country, neither humble nor arrogant. I will definitely find you. Back to the present. Yin Qi silently exclaimed. I thought finding her was hopeless. Didn't expect her to be here. It seems we are still fated. Today I must ask for her name. Just then, the Garbatik beside him reminded. Your Highness, the horse race is about to start ahead. Yin Qi frowned, pursing his lips tightly. Never mind. No rush for the moment. A moment later, the guard raised the flag and said, the first person to ride up the pass and get the red ribbon wins. Start. Thuong Sin laughed. The weak little girls in the back can just take their time. At the same time, Nim Chiu asked kindly, how is your riding? Tan Xie replied modestly, not very good. Hearing this, Tan Lin showed her displeasure, pretending. Then Nim Chiu shouted, you go first, ride bravely, I'll follow behind. If you fall off the horse, I will be your cushion. Suong Lak looked at him worriedly. Second brother, you'll lose like this. Last place has to award the first place. Tan Xie smiled. Suong Lak, don't worry. Before the very end, how can victory or defeat be determined? She looked serious. Sister will definitely not let your brother be last, and will even fight for first place to make you stand out. On the other side, Tan Lin was riding ahead in the lead. Suddenly she recognized a figure. Ahead is. Thuong Sin was shouting angrily. You idiot, needing to pee at the critical moment. Stinks so much. Tan Lin chuckled. Talking to a beast, it won't understand. Looks like first place is mine. Thuong Sin continued. Not necessarily. Look, someone has already passed you. It's Tan Xie. Seeing this, Tan Lin was extremely surprised. She gritted her teeth in anger and sped forward. Then Tan Lin took out something. She aimed at Tan Xie, wanting to pretend to be weak, yet still wanting to compete with me. Seeing this, Nim Chiu shouted a warning. Tanka! She looked back. Luckily, Nim Chiu threw his sword in time, causing the arrow to break in two. Suong Lak asked worriedly, Sister, are you okay? Tan Xie replied, I'm fine, princess, don't worry. Then she noticed the wound on Nim Chiu's hand. You are injured. Nim Chiu replied calmly. Must have accidentally scratched it when drawing the blade in a hurry, just now. It's nothing. He turned his head back. V. Tan Lin. Nim Chiu shouted angrily. Tan Lin, you almost killed her just now. Tan Lin stammered. I just wanted to shoot down the ribbon, accidentally missed. Nim Chiu coldly turned away. It better be so. A moment later, the host announced, as everyone has seen, our first place winner is Her Highness the Princess, and the last place is. He gestured towards V.E. Mang. The winner's prize for the sixth princess will be awarded by eldest young Master V.E. V.E. Mang closed his eyes, accepting the bet and the loss. Next, the hunting competition begins for 2 hours. Whoever hunts the most on the hunting ground is the winner. Hearing this, Teha was very surprised. Big brother, with your riding skills, how could you lose? V.E. Mang replied, got lost for a moment. Teha was confused. Weren't there ribbons marking the way? A moment later, the host announced, everyone split up and enter the mountain. V.E. Mang walked to Tan Xie's side and instructed, everything is ready. I left marks by the side. I will stall Nim Chiu. The rest relies on the cooperation of you two sisters. Tan Xie smiled slightly. Just now, sister wanted to kill me. Do you feel I will help her? Tan Lin glanced at her. This is the task father assigned. Dare you disobey? Tan Xie put her hand on Tan Lin's shoulder. Then aren't you afraid that if I had died just now, no one would do this for you? Tan Lin frowned. You. Tan Sie smiled. I'm joking. I know sister didn't actually want to kill me just now. After all, for killing someone, it's better to choose a time when no one is around, just like when you pushed me off the cliff back then. Saying that, she pushed Tan Lin. Tan Lin looked back in panic. You. Tan Sie smiled softly. Since we want to act, of course it has to look real so His Highness won't notice. At that moment, Tan Lin was grinding her teeth in anger. She shouted, "Didn't we say you would lure the crown prince here, push him into the pit, and I would come save him, taking the opportunity to be alone with him? Why'd you push me down?" Tan Sie turned around. "Anyway, your goal is just to be alone with him. I will grant your wish." A while later in the forest, Tan Sie observed Neem Ko's every move. She thought to herself, seems V. Meng has successfully lured Neem Chu and Suong Lak away. Thinking of this, Tan Sie stepped out. "Crown Prince, it is good to meet you." She spoke up. "My eldest sister accidentally fell into the deep pit ahead. Could you go over and take a look?" Neem Ko was surprised. Doesn't Tan Li know martial arts? Surely she can climb up herself. Tan Sie continued awkwardly. When she fell, she accidentally sprained her ankle. "She didn't want to trouble you, but I only found you nearby." Neem Ko thought to himself, "I organized the hunt today. After all, she is a daughter of the V family. If something really happened, it would be hard to handle." Thinking this, he turned around. "Let's go. I'll follow you to take a look." A moment later, Tan Sie led Neem Ko back. She called down, "Eldest sister, I found the crown prince to help. Didn't you sprain your ankle just now? Does it still hurt?" Tan Lin stammered, My leg can't take it anymore." At this, Neem Ko walked over to inspect. This pit was probably dug to catch beasts. "It's too deep. Although I learned riding and archery, I'm not good at martial arts. We need a rope." Hearing this, Tan Sie hurriedly turned to leave. "Then I'll go find a rope." Neem Ko immediately held her back. "Don't panic yet." Tan Sie frowned. "But eldest sister is injured, and we don't know if there are other dangers down in the deep pit." Neem Ko looked stern. "You stay here." Tan Sie insisted on pulling her hand back. "Then perhaps I should go with you?" She acted flustered. "It's getting dark. Better to quickly find someone." Neem Ko pursed his lips. "You stay here with your sister. Are you afraid I will leave her here?" Tan Sie explained. "No, I'm anxious." Just then, she accidentally pushed him down. Tan Sie looked blank. "Your Highness, where are you?" At the same time, Tan Lin panicked. "Crown Prince." She thought to herself, this girl is really good. Originally just wanted to be alone with the crown prince up above. Didn't expect her to push him straight down. You really have a way. Then Tan Sie looked down anxiously. "Crown Prince, are you all right?" "I was careless." Neem Ko replied calmly. "I'm fine. You should quickly go find someone to save us. Be careful of wild beasts in the forest. Don't get lost." Tan Sie hurriedly replied, "Yes, I'll go find someone." At that moment, the atmosphere in the pit was extremely silent. Tan Lin spoke up to break the ice. "Crown Prince, why did you fall down too?" Neem Ko replied, "Wasn't it because of that sister of yours? Seeing you fall, she panicked." "Never mind. She was truly worried about your safety." He thought to himself, "I just hope those sisters didn't collude." On the other side, Tan Sie rushed away like the wind. She frowned, thinking, "I used neither too much nor too little force, yet I pushed the crown prince down. But the mission seems to have been completed smoothly. For mother, sorry benefactor brother." Just then, Yin Chi suddenly appeared. He spread his arms to block her. "Miss Tan Sie, you still remember me, right?" Tan Sie replied, "Before the horse race, Second Highness's guard Neat Tan introduced everyone. I haven't forgotten. Of course I remember Prince Yin Chi." Then Yin Chi slowly took out something. "You clearly know what I mean by saying remember." He smiled gently. Seeing this, Tan Sie was very confused. "What do you want to do?" Yin Chi smiled slightly. "Rest assured, you are my savior. I have no ill will. I just want to tell you, the thing I promised you, I have done. The Yin Kingdom and Nam Luong have reached a reconciliation. I still have to stay in Nam Luong for a while. During this time, if you need any help, you can come to the relay station to find me." Tan Sie coldly walked past him. "No need." Yin Chi opened his eyes wide in surprise. He thoughtfully watched Tan Sie disappear into the distance. On the other side, Tan Sie's mood was extremely complex. She frowned. He repaid the favor like that. Yet what did I do to my benefactor? To save mother, for my own goals, I actually used the crown prince and put him in danger. Just then, Suong Lak happily pointed towards her second brother. "It looks like Sister Tan Sie." Seeing this, Neem Chiu called out, "Tan Sie." Suong Lak added, "Sister, come see the rabbit brother V caught for me. It's still alive." Tan Sie ran over hurriedly. "The crown prince, and V. Tan Lin are missing. Nim Chiu was surprised. What happened? Tan Ca recounted. They fell into a trap pit. I intended to find someone to help, but couldn't find anyone. After I returned, I discovered they were no longer at the original spot. There were signs of struggle at the scene. Saying this, she took out a handkerchief. This is what I found beside the pit. V. Tan Lin's sleeve. Hearing this, Nim Chiu took the piece of fabric. Tan Ca, help me look after Suang Lak for a moment. He turned to look at V. Meng. Now I'll go to the pit to check. Trouble eldest, young Master V, to take them back to the camp at the foot of the mountain safely. Then inform my subordinate, Ni Tan, to bring people up the mountain to support. Okay. Tan Ca looked after him worriedly. Nim Chiu, be careful. A while later, Tan Ca was confused. Didn't you tell me just to create an opportunity for them to be alone? Why are they missing? V. Meng looked stern. The disappearance was not arranged by me. Hearing this, Tan Ca was extremely worried. Not V. Meng. Then I fear the Crown Prince is truly in danger this time. Who exactly wants to harm the Crown Prince? V. Meng spoke up to reassure her. True Man, my subordinate, and Neat Tan have already gone up the mountain. He is skilled in tracking. He will definitely find the Crown Prince. Just then, Thuong Tuet stepped out. Miss, come quickly. The princess has been provoked to tears. Tan Ca lifted the curtain and entered. What happened? Thuong Tuet replied, the princess wouldn't eat, so I suggested roasting this rabbit for her. She grabbed the rabbit's ears and walked over. This rabbit is so fat, it must be delicious roasted. Hearing this, Suang Lak cried louder. Such a cute rabbit. How can you be so cruel as to say you want to eat it? Tan Ca noticed the plate of cakes nearby. She picked it up. We won't eat the rabbit. Let's have some snacks, okay? Suang Lak shed tears. I don't want to eat. My brothers haven't returned yet. Tan Ca replied, but if your brothers come back and hear your tummy rumbling like thunder, they'll be worried. Hearing this, Suang Lak obediently took a piece of cake. Then I'll eat a little. Tan Ca gently patted her head. Sleep after eating. When you wake up, your brothers will be back. That night, Suang Lak fell asleep. Thuong Tuet lit the fire on the other side. Tan Ca was a bit worried. Strange, why is she sweating so much? Suang Lak frowned. So hot. Hearing this, Tan Ca looked at Thuong Tuet in panic. She has a fever, and a rash too. Tan Ca broke into a sweat. Fever and red rash. Could it be smallpox? Thuong Tuet looked serious. It doesn't look like it. If it were smallpox, the rash wouldn't appear so quickly after the high fever. It looks more like poisoning. Just then, a voice outside spoke. Second Highness, Crown Prince, everyone has returned safely. Teha, I were very worried. Hearing this, Tan Ca was surprised. Nim Chiu and Nim Ko are back. She poked her head out to look. On the other side, Nim Chiu helped Nim Ko sit down. Luckily, it's just a flesh wound. Ni Tan, go call the royal physician accompanying the group to bandage Tan Lin. Big brother, let me treat you a bit. Tan Ca smiled secretly. Nim Ko is fine. That's great. She walked over gently. Seeing this, Tan Lin spoke up. Sister, why did you come over here? Hearing this, Tan Ca was startled. She frowned and thought, I wanted to speak to Nim Chiu quietly about Suang Lak's illness. Now I have to say it straight. Thinking this, she said, I shouldn't disturb you all right now, but Suang Lak has broken out in a rash. I want to invite the Second Highness to take a look. Hearing this, Nim Ko slammed his hand on the table in agitation. How are you taking care of her? Where is she? I'm going there too. Nim Chiu stopped him. Big brother, you have injuries. You should treat your wounds first. Don't rush. I'll go take a look. Nunak added, Your Highness, I'm also very worried about the princess. I'll go with you. She thought to herself, I can't let the two of them be alone. At the same time, Tan Lin glanced at Teha. You go too. Teha was confused. Huh? What am I going for? I don't know how to treat illnesses. However, she still followed, not forgetting to grab a few pieces of cake. Seeing this, Nunak pinched her cheek. You glutton, why do you want to eat wherever you go? On the other side, Nim Chiu was observing. It's poisoning, but I can't determine what kind of toxin. Tan Ca rested her chin on her hand, thinking, if it really is a toxin, the poisoning process needs to be triggered. Today, apart from being with Nim Chiu, she was with me. What exactly is it? Thinking of this, she shouted, Teha, wait, don't eat yet. Tan Ca immediately snatched the plate of cakes. Back. She held it out to Neem Chiu. When Song Lak returned this afternoon, I gave her a few pieces of pastry. Your Highness, see if this is the cause. Neem Chiu picked one up and smelled it. There's a strange scent in the pastry. There really is a problem. Hearing this, Teha coughed violently nearby. At this moment, Neem Chiu said, this is a poison made from a flower called Beauty's Fragrance. It can be easily cured, but the antidote is very hard to find. Thuong Tuet spoke up. This servant actually knows another way to neutralize this poison. If your Highness trusts me, why not let me try? Hearing this, Nunak shouted, Your Highness, don't trust her. What could a lowly maid like her understand? Besides, Princess Suong Lak was poisoned at their place. Can they have good intentions? Tan Xie placed her hand on Thuong Tuet's shoulder and replied, Precisely because the princess was poisoned at our place, we want nothing bad to happen to her even more. Since my maid has spoken up, she must be completely confident. I guarantee it. Your Highness, why not let her try? Neem Chiu closed his eyes slightly and nodded. All right, Tan Xie, I trust you. Meanwhile, at Neem Ko's place, Neem Ko said unhappily, Today's events, was it another plan hatched by you sisters together? This time I won't swallow my anger and spare you. Tan Lin teared up. Your Highness, when I protected you, every strike from that assassin was vicious and fatal. If it were truly my plan, how could he treat me like that? Neem Ko looked away coldly. Just to make the bitter meat trap look a bit more real, that's all. Tan Lin continued, Your Highness. She looked serious and raised her hand. I, V. Tan Lin, swear here that if today's assassin incident has anything to do with me, may I be struck by lightning. Neem Ko closed his eyes slightly. Wait until that assassin is caught and the mastermind is found. Then we'll see if the lightning strikes. Just then, a harsh voice rang out from outside. Why are you barging in and causing a scene? Do you know you're disturbing me? Neem Ko was confused. Why is it so noisy outside? At the same time, Nitan bowed. Apologies, Master Truck. The crown prince encountered an assassin on the mountain, and the little princess was poisoned at the campsite. The second highness suspects someone infiltrated, so he ordered subordinates to search every tent thoroughly. Thuong Sin added, everyone in my tent is my confidant. Suspecting them is the same as suspecting me. Hearing this, Neem Ko was extremely surprised. Suong Lak was poisoned? Just then, a subordinate walked over dragging Bitch Key. Caught the person. He spoke hurriedly, reporting to your highness, when I caught this maid, she was suspiciously digging to bury this item. Tan Xie exclaimed in surprise. Bitch Key. Neem Chiu added, you know her? On the other side, Bitch Key bowed her head. I'm sorry, Mississippi. I was caught before I could destroy the poison. Tan Xie was stunned. So the poisoning of Suong Lak was a setup for me. V. Tan Lin, you really made a good move. At this, Neem Chiu's face darkened. You mean Tan Xie ordered you to poison Suong Lak? Bitch Key replied aggrievedly. Things have reached this point, I can't hide it anymore. It was indeed the second miss who ordered me to put poison in Princess Suong Lak's pastries. I also felt it wasn't right, but she said she would have Thuong Tuet save the princess, so she could leave a good impression on the second highness. It would be beneficial for entering the palace later. Neem Ko frowned. Entering the palace. You sisters, in order to sit on the consort's seat, really use every trick in the book. Tan Lin looked at him hesitantly. Your Highness. Nunak interrupted. Such deep schemes. At the same time, Thuong Tuet pointed at Bitch Key and accused. You're speaking nonsense. You are clearly the eldest Mrs. Person. It must be the eldest miss who told you to frame my lady. Tan Lin frowned. Thuong Tuet, don't speak nonsense. Without evidence, how could I order a maid from Yanxi Pavilion? Tan Xie calmly continued. If you say I ordered you to poison her, when did I order you? Harming the princess is a capital crime. Why would you listen to me? Bitch Key glared and said, the night before the hunt, you gave me the medicine bottle in the manor, saying it was poison Thuong Tuet made, and ordered me to infiltrate the campsite to find a chance to poison the princess. My younger brother is in your hands, so I had no choice but to obey your orders. Thuong Tuet shouted angrily. No one can prove what you're saying. At this, Tan Xie broke into a sweat. After all, there's no opportunity to prove I am innocent. Neem Ko spoke up. The maid poisoning her is already a conclusion. If she points out V Tan Ca as the instigator, then lock them both up. Tomorrow, escort them back to Nan's citadel and throw them in prison for interrogation. Hearing this, V Mang and Yin Qi objected in unison. No. V Mang looked serious. This maid has always been at odds with my sister. She must be lying due to a personal grudge. Yin Qi added, exactly, truth and falsehood are hard to predict. How can you lock up this young lady based on her words alone? Nim Chiu gritted his teeth. The magistrate won't wrong a good person, nor will he spare a bad one. Not Tan, come here. Subordinate is here. He ordered sternly, take V Tan Ca and bitch Qi down and lock them up together. Thuong Tuet still needs to treat the princess. Keep her here temporarily. Hearing this, Thuong Tuet was very worried. I'll go with the Mississippi. Tan Ca reassured her, it's fine, take good care of Suong Lak. On the other side, Tan Lin glared at bitch Qi. She thought to herself, don't expect me to save you this time. A moment later, Tan Ca was deep in thought. V Mang said raising a tiger invites calamity. Sooner or later, I would be harmed by bitch Qi. I didn't expect him to be right. She lowered her head sadly. Is there really no hope left? No, I must pull myself together and save myself. Even asking about small details might turn the situation around. Thinking this, she approached bitch Qi. Bitch Qi, I don't understand. You put poison in the pastries. How could you predict the person eating it would definitely be the princess? You want to talk because you know you're dead for sure, right? If you know that harming me leaves you with no way out either, why did you agree to do this? Bitch Qi replied softly, only then can my brother live. Tan Ca was surprised. You actually do have a brother. I thought you were lying to them. Bitch Qi gave a faint smile. You don't remember us anymore, but I still remember you. She recounted, when you entered the VE Manor, my brother and I had also just arrived. Clearly everyone was an orphan, but because of your beautiful appearance, you were directly chosen to be the young lady of the VE Manor, while my brother and I could only survive through a difficult screening process. Speaking of this, bitch Qi couldn't help but shed tears. It wasn't easy to survive until now. My brother was captured by V. Tan Lin's people because I was sent to your side. You seem like a shadow I can never escape. Tan Ca was surprised. Whether you suffered since childhood or your family was captured, neither is a reason for you to see me as a shadow and resent me. Every debt has its debtor. The one with ill will is not me. I never harmed you, yet you help bad people do evil deeds time and again. Bitch Qi frowned. Then did Nim Ko and Nim Chiu ever have ill towards you? Didn't you harm them because of your mother? Hearing this, Tan Ca's eyes widened. Bitch Qi continued, you are clearly in a similar situation. Is your choice any different from mine? Tan Ca fell silent. That's right. Is there any difference? At the same time, not Tan announced, Your Highness, V. Mang left the camp on his own. I suspect he definitely went back to call for help. Should we send someone to stop him? Nim Chiu frowned. No need. He thought, if he has a way to save Tan Ca, then all the better. Thinking of this, he took out the poison pouch. You set off in a moment too. Take the medicine to the black market and ask if anyone is selling it. Not Tom was confused. Why look for a seller? Didn't that bitch Qi say this medicine was refined by Thuong Tuet and personally handed to her by V. Tan Ca? Hearing this, Nim Chiu kicked him in the butt. If you don't understand, think about it a few more times. Why haven't you gone yet? He looked serious. Tan Ca, wait for me. I will save you. At the same time, V. Mang had the same thought. By the next morning, he was kneeling in front of the V. Manor. V. Mang looked serious. Father, please save Tan Ca. V. Tien frowned. You returned from the camp in the middle of the night, nearly running a horse to death, and knelt at my door. These actions are to tell me to save her. You actually dared to lie to me, saying you didn't like her. V. Mang stammered, and placed his hand on his shoulder and continued, Son, the more you are like this, the less I can save her. No matter how precious a pawn raised for 10 years is, how can it be as precious as my own daughter? V. Mang replied fiercely, I absolutely have no personal affection for Tan Ca. I won't disrupt your plans. Please give her another chance. V. Tien frowned. Do you think I will believe that? Men, lock him up in the Beacon courtyard for me. As soon as he finished speaking, the servants rushed towards him one after another. Beating narrowed his eyes. Reflect on it inside. When everything is over, I will release you. V. Mang shouted in despair. Father, all of Nam Luong knows Tan Ca is your adopted daughter. If she enters the palace for the selection, without her, who can take her place? V. Tan turned away coldly. No need to speak further. Tan Ca hasn't entered the palace yet. Without her, there's still Te Ha. He sighed. As the future head of the family, in your eyes, there can only be the clan, not romantic feelings. One day you will understand my pains. Meanwhile, the carriage escorting Tan Xie had begun to roll. Yanqi thought to himself from a high vantage point, Tan Xie, you could casually save a stranger like me. I don't believe you would do something like poisoning a young child. If we were in Yin, I would have 10,000 ways to help clear your name. But now I am a Nam Luong, and this matter involves the Nam Luong royal family. My every move represents the attitude of the state of Yin. How can I save you without implicating Yin? At the same time, Tik spoke up, heir apparent, the young ladies and masters of the families have all returned to Nan's citadel first. Why did you secretly run back here? He thought he didn't sleep all night, and today he specifically followed the carriage escorting Tan Xie. Could it be that he wants to? Yanqi hesitated. I want to save Tan Xie. Tik was surprised. Guessed right. He really wants to snatch the prisoner. He even prepared a face veil. He scratched his head in confusion. Yin and Nam Luong just reached a friendly agreement. If he really covers his face and robs the carriage, fighting with Nam Luong people, then my work over these months will be in vain. Thinking of this, Tik knelt down. No, think of the state of Yin. I must stop him. He quickly stood up. Your Highness, forgive me. Tik panicked. My future has been smashed by my own hands. On the other side, Bitch Key spoke up. Last night you asked me how I guaranteed the princess would eat that poison plate of pastries. I'll tell you now, Thuong Tuet never eats pastries. You only eat rose cakes. The princess is young and at an age where she loves to eat. The result was naturally as I intended. Hearing this, Tan Xie opened her eyes. Bitch Key looked at her and continued, I know you wanted to trick me into speaking, thinking you would find evidence to overturn the case for me, but you were just indulging in wishful thinking. Tan Xie asked back calmly, you're afraid, that's why you're talking so much. Bitch Key flinched. You, she smiled faintly. You're just blustering now. From last night until now, whether it's Mang or Neem Chiu, neither has come to visit you. You know in your heart that you have been abandoned by them. Tan Xie's face remained expressionless. Seeing this, Bitch Key felt encouraged to continue. Leaving Mang aside for now, Neem Chiu must hate you to death right now. You poisoned the sister he loves most. Not taking the opportunity to harm you is already merciful. Do you still hope he will come to visit you? Just then, a soldier lifted the curtain and said, We've arrived at the magistrate's office. Get out. Tan Xie stepped out calmly first. There is one thing you said wrong. I didn't administer the poison. I have never poisoned anyone. She smiled. I also never hoped anyone would come to save me. The soldier frowned. Get moving. Bitch Key thought. Wait until we reach the court and you're sentenced. Let's see if you can still be this calm. A while later at the magistrate's court, Tan Lin's maid shouted, Make way, let my young lady in. At this time, everyone whispered amongst themselves. The one kneeling in the hall is the concubine-born daughter of the VE family. Indeed, she has a beautiful appearance. What use is beauty if she has a snake's heart? To actually order a maid to poison the princess. At the same time, the magistrate asked sternly, Do you plead guilty before the court? Bitch Key bowed her head. This servant pleads guilty. But Tan Xie calmly retorted, I do not. The magistrate frowned. If you do not plead guilty, do you have any evidence to prove your innocence? Tan Xie looked serious. Why must I prove my innocence? If she is the one pointing me out as the mastermind, shouldn't she be the one to provide evidence to prove it? Bitch Key turned her head to look at her. You're my master. Without your order, how would I dare to poison the princess? Tan Xie scoffed. You and I have known each other for less than a few months. I didn't know you were so loyal to me. My lord, without evidence, relying only on her mouth to say whatever she wants, then there's no need for the law anymore, right? Just then, Neem Chiu walked in. Well said. Seeing this, Tan Xie was a bit surprised. Neem Chiu, why is he here? Just then, Neem Chiu walked in. Well said. Seeing this, Tan Xie was a bit surprised. Neem Chiu, why is he here? The magistrate stood up immediately. Second Highness, are you here to supervise this official's handling of the case? Neem Chiu looked serious. No, I'm here to present evidence. As he spoke, Natan dragged a person in by the collar. Follow me. Seeing this, Tan Lin's face immediately darkened. Evidence? Whose evidence? Could he still want to help Tan Xie? Neem Chiu said sternly, Speak for yourself. The person trembled and spoke up. This commoner is a medicine seller in the black market. I also sell some wicked poisons. Previously, someone sought me out to buy a bottle of beauty's fragrance. Natan took out the poison and continued. Previously, this was the poison Bitch Key used. It is indeed beauty's fragrance. The magistrate glared at the man. What do you mean? Her poison was bought from you? Is there any evidence to prove it? The man pointed. At the bottom of this medicine bottle, the character Bach is carved. It's my family's trademark. It is indeed my goods. Hearing this, Tan Xie turned her head to look at Nim Chiu. He was helping her. Nim Chiu smiled gently. Don't be afraid. He frowned and questioned Bitch Qi. Didn't you say the poison was refined by Thuong Tuet and Tan Xie personally handed it to you? Bitch Qi stammered. Perhaps I remembered wrongly. She didn't say it was refined by Thuong Tuet. Tan Xie thought to herself, catching the smuggler outside proves the medicine was bought from outside. It can only help clear Thuong Tuet of guilt, but cannot prove my innocence. If this standoff continues. At the same time, Bitch Qi pointed at Tan Xie, but it really was Tan Xie who personally gave you the medicine. Hearing this, the magistrate slammed the gavel on the table. Both of you are stubborn like this, pushing the blame on each other. It's better to use the rod. Once you can't bear the beating, you will naturally tell the truth. Seeing this, Nim Chiu stopped him. He frowned. This habit of framing people has long been banned. Lord Magistrate, are you intentionally breaking the law? The magistrate hurriedly waved his hand. Not at all. I just want to scare them. Then, in your highness's opinion, how should this case be investigated? Nim Chiu smiled slightly. Bitch Qi, yesterday you personally said your brother was captured and threatened by Tan Xie. Surely you didn't remember this wrongly too? Luckily, I found him. Meanwhile, at Beat Tien Manor, Beat In looked stern. You are about to lose again. The other person replied, I might know medical arts, but at chess, I am truly inferior to you, Lord. I am ashamed. Just then, a soldier walked up. My lord, news has come from the court. He whispered, the second prince. Hearing this, and angrily threw the chess piece. I know. Order the gatekeeper to prepare the carriage. I'm going there. The other person sweated. It seems I've escaped a calamity. Vidian turned around quickly. I'm only temporarily letting you off. On the other side, at the magistrate's office, Tom Lean whispered, tomorrow go check if Bitch Du is still here. At that moment, Nim Chiu also saw her expression. Please wait a moment, everyone. He thought to himself, it really is you, truly unrepentant. Last night, Nim Chiu called not Tan over. There's one more thing. He frowned slightly. I just asked Thuong Tuet. Bitch Qi indeed has a younger brother. If we can find him, this case will be easily solved. Not Tan was surprised. Then where do we find him? Nim Chiu rested his chin on his hand, pondering. In a short time, there are no clues. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack. But if a suspect loses something, their first action is to check the place where they originally put it. Perhaps I can try to trap her. Back to the present. Natan secretly followed Tan Lean's maid. It turned out Bitch Qi's brother was locked up here. The maid asked sternly, what did you say? The person was really taken away? The soldier replied, that's right. He was just taken away by Lord V. Not Tom was surprised. Lord V. At the court, V. Tien walked in. Thank you, Second Highness, for your trouble. But this is a family matter of the V household. Now that I am here, I won't trouble the Second Highness anymore. Seeing this, Tan Lean was extremely surprised. Father? Tan Xie thought. I thought Vidian would completely discard me. Why did he come? At this, Nim Chiu responded sternly. The victim is a princess of our country, and also my younger sister. How can this be considered completely a family matter of the V household? V. Tien thought. It seems Nim Chiu is determined to stand up for V. Tan Xie. Forget it. Since it has come to this, sacrificing Bitch Qi will do. Thinking this, he said, honestly, I dare not hide it. I said this is a family matter because the cause of today's disaster lies with me. V. Tien recounted. Not long after Tan Xie returned to the manor, her living quarters leaked water. Bitch Qi did not protect her master well and was heavily punished by me. I didn't expect that because of this, she would hate Tan Xie and commit the act of poisoning to frame and take revenge on Tan Xie, implicating the princess as well. At the same time, Bitch Qi looked in surprise at the jade pendant on V. Tien. V. Tien continued loudly. Second Highness, your men haven't brought her brother out for so long. I'm afraid something delayed them. I think it's better to stop here. Bitch Qi sweated. That is not Du's jade pendant. Why? Could it be my brother is in V. Tien's hands? V. Tien said sternly. Although she is vicious, her crime does not involve her family. I have met that brother of hers. He looks honest and kind. Surely he has nothing to do with this matter. Hearing this, Bitch Qi looked up at him. Crime does not involve family? Nim Chiu turned his head and continued. Second Highness, do not pursue others anymore. Tan Ca thought, good phrase, don't pursue anymore. I'm afraid it's not just Bitch Key's brother, but also V. Tan Lean, right? On the other side, Bitch Key bit her lip. Lord V is right. I was momentarily bewitched by demons to harm the young Mississippi. Please, Second Highness, spare my brother. Tan Ca frowned. In the end, the ones discarded are just insignificant people like us. A while later, Neemko looked at Neem Chiu in surprise. Why are you so happy? Successfully saved her? Neem Chiu smiled softly. She was innocent to begin with. I just cleared her name. Hearing this, Neemko slammed his hand on the table. He questioned angrily. I recall you used to suspect her even more than I did. Since when did your attitude towards her change so drastically? What exactly is so special about her that makes her worth your trust? Neem Chiu stammered. She isn't special. It's just that there's a bit of a connection between us. 1 month ago, on the day of the selection, Neem Chiu sat on the roof, dazed. Today, Ha-Fi caused a scene and interrupted the selection. Was it because of you, V. Tan Ca? Thinking of this, he downed a whole jar of wine. If it was really because of you, I should actually thank you. After all, I didn't want to choose those strange women. Just then, a noise was heard. Neem Chiu slowly sat up. Tan Ca looked up at him. Second Highness, why aren't you sleeping in the middle of the night, running up to the roof to disturb other people's sleep? Hearing this, Neem Chiu put the wine jar down. He immediately jumped down. Sorry, I didn't know you were such a light sleeper. Tan Ca pointed at the wine jar. Second Highness, do you want your apology to be a bit more sincere? Neem Chiu was surprised. He grabbed Tan Ca and pulled her up onto the roof. Tan Ca panicked. My shoes. She was confused. Why did you bring me up here? Neem Chiu was flustered. Didn't you want to come up? Tan Ca frowned. I wanted to drink wine with you. Neem Chiu smiled. Since you're up here anyway, drink here. Do you need me to pick up your shoes for you? Tan Ca covered her face. No need. I'm fine barefoot. A while later, they were silent. No one spoke. Suddenly, Neem Chiu saw the string on Tan Ca's ankle. He shyly turned his face away. Pull your feet back. Do you remember you are a woman? How can you be so unrefined? Tan Ca chuckled. Your Highness has even seen my shoulders. Are you still shy about my feet? Neem Chiu felt guilty and asked back. Why would I be shy? He stared at the string on her foot. That is. Back to the present, Neem Chiu frowned. Seeing that red string, I realized. It turns out it was her. Meanwhile, at Yin Chi Pavilion, Thuong Tuet looked worriedly at Tan Ca's legs. Because you knelt at the court for so long, miss, your knees are swollen. Tan Ca smiled. It's actually not important. I often get bumped when practicing martial arts. It looks scary, but doesn't hurt at all. Why are you back so soon? Where is Suong Lak? Is she awake? Thuong Tuet replied happily. Don't worry. The princess is safe and sound. That's why I was released. Not only is she awake, she made a fuss wanting to see you, but the crown prince was worried about her health and grounded her. I'm afraid she won't be able to leave the palace for a while. Tan Ca sighed in relief. It's good that she's okay. After all, it was because of me that she met with this misfortune. Just then, the string on her foot suddenly fell off. Miss, the rope tied on your ankle fell off. Thuong Tuet asked curiously. This rope looks like it has been worn for several years. Does it have any meaning that you always wear it? Tan Ca replied. I heard before that having a mole on the ankle means a life of hardship, wandering aimlessly all one's life. Someone told me that if I tie a red rope, I can be kept, no need to wander everywhere anymore. Several years ago, a boy tied the string for Tan Ca. This is the marriage not my mother prayed for me. I give it to you. He smiled and patted her head. From now on, you won't have any more hardships. Back to the present. Thuong Tuet continued with interest. Speaking of which, this person must sincerely hope for your success and peace. Tan Ca frowned, because he is a kind person. Hearing this, Thuong Tuet asked, I think this red rope is useful. Aren't your good days coming soon? From this incident, we can see that the Second Highness truly cares about you. And Lord V, I used to think he treated you badly, but this time he specially came to the court to save you. It shows he still values you. Now just wait for the selection. You can marry into the royal family with peace of mind. Tan Ca slowly stood up. You think V Tien came to the court for me? She looked stern. He did it for V Tan Lin, for the reputation of the V household. A foster daughter like me can be discarded at any time, and most people will just say he didn't see my character clearly. But if his biological daughter bears a bad name, he will be criticized and laughed at. Thuong Tuet was surprised. You mean, Lord VE came because Neem Chu mentioned Bitch Key's brother, and he was worried the eldest Mrs. Matter would be exposed? Tan Xie replied softly, not entirely. Neem Chiu distinguished right from wrong for me. He also considered it and probably felt I still have some use, taking the opportunity to win me over, killing two birds with one stone. She frowned. Thuong Tuet, you also saw Bitch Key's end. I believe VETN will eventually harm others and himself. Tan Xie secretly determined. VETN, from now on I will not listen to you anymore. Thinking this, she put down the water cup. Right, you forgot about Bitch Key's brother, didn't you? At the same time, VE Meng arrived at the gate of Yanqi Pavilion. He silently turned around. Forget it. Knowing you are safe is enough. Even if I go in and see you, what can I do? Just then, True Man stepped out and spoke. I guess you were here. There is news about the little madam's belongings. VE Meng said coldly. Speak. Hearing this, True Man knelt before him. I sent people to keep watching around the pawn shop, the eldest Miss mentioned last time. Finally, we found the idler who often sells jewelry that the pawn shop owner mentioned. The man said, these jewels were really not stolen by me. They're my wife's dowry. True Man frowned. I followed him to search his house and found a few more pieces of jewelry. He said these are all his wife's belongings. Saying that, he handed the box to VE Meng. If we confirm these belongings are the little madam's, then his wife must be the maid who betrayed the little madam back then and ran away with her jewelry. VE Meng immediately opened the box. It was indeed his mother's items. He looked stern. Where is his wife? True Man happily recounted. That idler said he brought his wife's dowry alone to Nan's citadel to find work. His wife, for some reason, insisted on staying in the countryside with her child. She didn't follow him here. I have obtained his home address. VE Meng smiled. Refusing to come here, I'm afraid she has a guilty conscience. He immediately turned around. Pack the luggage, prepare the horses. We're going to find her immediately. Just then, Tan Xie opened the door and walked out. Thuong Tuet supported her. Miss, are you really going? The master won't agree. Tan Xie shook off her hand. I must try. Only then can my heart be at peace. You don't go, so you won't be implicated. Saying that, she turned and walked straight ahead. Elsewhere, and angrily he slammed his hand on the table. How many times have I told you? Don't always bicker with Tan Xie. He gritted his teeth. Even if you harm her, you should think of a perfect plan so she can't recover, like today. You went behind the back of the whole VE family. Once you fail, it will implicate the clan. Tan Lin frowned. Daughter knows her mistake. She thought, strange, father always told me not to oppose VE Tan Xie before. Today he speaks like this. Has father discarded Tan Xie? Just then, a maid's voice rang out. Master, the second miss asked to see you. VE incite. Let her in. He closed his eyes slightly. Tan Lin, you go out. Yes. At this, Tan Lin was very confused. What is she here for? After she was out of sight, Tan Xie spoke respectfully. Thank you, father, for personally coming to the court to help Tan Xie clear the suspicion. VETN smiled. If you acknowledge me as father, naturally I must do my best for you. He thought. She didn't mention Tan Lin at all. On the contrary, she is very sensible. Tan Xie frowned and continued. Father, I wonder how you plan to arrange for Bitch Key's brother. Bitch do? Hearing this, VTN put down the teacup. His sister harmed you greatly. It's hard to guarantee he wasn't involved. I will definitely take revenge for you. Tan Xie pursed her lips. As expected, VTN intends to kill Bitch Do, wanting to pull up weeds by the roots. Thinking this, she walked to the table and carefully poured tea. Father, the Second Highness mentioned Bitch Do, showing he has his eyes on him. Bitch Key's case just concluded. If something happens to him immediately, given the Second Highness's personality, wouldn't he investigate to the end? VETN asked back. Then what do you think should be done? Tan Xie replied. Bitch Do cannot die. Not only can he not die, but we must also let the Second Highness see that he is living well, proving that Bitch Key was never threatened because of Bitch Do, and harming me was her own idea. She closed her eyes slightly. I heard Bitch Do has always worked outside the manor. Why not transfer him back to the manor and place him outside the second gate? This way, we can restrict his freedom and prevent him from talking nonsense, while also letting the Second Highness see that he is still safe. B. Tien replied. It was Thuong Tuet who told you Bitch Do always worked outside the manor. I see she is indeed very loyal to you. Hearing this, Tan Xie was a bit surprised. Still implicated Thuong Tuet. She said tremblingly, I just asked Thuong Tuet a bit. Tien smiled softly. No need to explain. It's good to have such a caring person by your side. Among so many children, only you are the most filial, always thinking for the VE household. You considered bitch dues matter thoroughly. I will arrange it. He frowned. It's been a while since you returned from Lady Teet's place. I agreed to let you visit often before, but there was no chance. Why don't you set off for Teet residence today and stay for a few days? Tan Xie was confused. Why is he suddenly so kind? She replied softly, yes. Thank you, father, for your care. You may withdraw. At that moment, Tien's face darkened. It's Thuong Tuet. Meanwhile, Tan Xie walked out. Tan Lin pouted looking after her. She's about to go to Teet residence. She whispered, you go. At night in the carriage cabin, Tan Xie happily instructed, Thuong Tuet, father only allowed me to visit mother alone. You must be careful with everything while staying alone in the manor. If anything happens, find Big Brother or the Second Highness. Thuong Tuet smiled brightly. Miss, don't worry, I'm very quick-witted. Elsewhere, a soldier pointed at the horse carriage. From now on, you stay here. Bitch Du looked up at Tan Xie's carriage, her face peeking out from behind the curtain. A while later, Tan Xie still felt uneasy. She thought, Thuong Tuet was sent by father to monitor me. Being loyal to me means betraying him. Father suddenly told me to go see mother. Could it be he wants to lure me away and then punish Thuong Tuet? Tan Xie pursed her lips tightly. Although I told Thuong Tuet to be careful, what if she doesn't have time to find someone for protection? She gently lifted the curtain. No, meeting mother is important, but Thuong Tuet's safety is urgent. I must return, as long as I can protect Thuong Tuet. So what if I disobey father? Thinking this, she said, turn back to the VE manor. The coachman remained silent. Seeing this, Tan Xie was a bit afraid. No one answered. Just then, a breeze blew, and she felt dizzy immediately. What's wrong? My head is so dizzy. At this, she fell onto the floor. At night, the soldier put his arm around Bitch Du's shoulder and laughed. I heard everything. You should be grateful to her. Your sister committed a grave crime, yet you can still stay in the VE manor. Bitch Du sneered. Grateful? If it weren't for V. Tan Lin using me to threaten my sister, how could my sister? At this moment, he suddenly noticed a figure nearby. Huh, isn't that V. Tan Lin's maid? What is she doing at the stable this late? At this, the soldier threw the wine bottle to the ground. My wine. Tan Lin's maid and that guy looked at each other shadily. At that time, Bitch Du also let go of the soldier. He turned his head to follow the maid's figure. Then he immediately walked quickly after her. The drunk soldier behind hugged the pillar tightly. Huh, Bitch Du, why did you go up? Meanwhile, Tan Lin asked, the coachman is back, right? The maid replied, yes, miss, he is back. That V. Tan Xie was thrown at the back door of Hung, known tower for a while now. To prevent Thuong Tuet from spotting any loopholes, the special anesthetic powder sprinkled on the carriage curtain has also been cleaned up. Tan Lin looked around. You weren't discovered by anyone on your way back, were you? The maid recounted, when I came back, I was seen by Bitch Du and a drunk stableman. Tan Lin laughed out loud. Bitch Du, on the other hand, was fine since no one would listen to what he said. If not for V. Tan Xie, he would be lying the mass grave by now. She really didn't know what illness V. Tan Xie had to plead for him. The maid chimed in, Miss, do not be troubled by V. Tan Xie. After all, once the master finds V. Tan Xie tonight, everything will be inevitable. She is a person who cannot escape. She will be sold into a brothel and lose her chastity as damaged goods to Thuong Truck Sin. That driver must be reporting to the master right now. At the study of the V manor, V. Tien was deep in thought. Calculating the time, V. Tan Xie should have left the city by now. It was about time. He frowned. Someone come. Go to Yin Chi Pavilion and call Thuong Tuet over. Two soldiers responded in unison, yes. Just then, a soldier spoke loudly. My lord, the driver has something to report. The driver bowed his head. My lord, that V. Tan Xie. She ran away. V. Din spoke sternly, explained the details. The driver bowed and recounted. Reporting to my lord, this lowly one was under orders to take the second young lady away. The carriage had not yet left the city when someone suddenly attacked from behind and knocked this lowly one unconscious. When I woke up, the sky was already dark and the second young lady in the carriage had disappeared. V. Tien thought to himself, she is still in my hands. Moreover, there is no reason for her to choose this moment to run. He turned and ordered, "Send people to find V. Tan Se, VTN thought. No matter what, find the person first, then we'll talk." He glared at the driver. "As for you, you can't even keep track of one person. What use do I have for keeping you?" Meanwhile, at Yin Chi Pavilion, Phuong Tuet thought uneasily, "Why does my heart feel so unsettled? I feel like something is about to happen." Just then, a knock on the door sounded. Phuong Tuet was surprised. Who would come over this late? She slowly pushed the door open. "It's bitch due on the other side." At Hung Non Pavilion, Batik frowned and explained, "Heir apparent, please quell your anger and spare this lowly one. I was afraid you would be impulsive, so I knock you out." Yin Chi glanced at him. "Next time you dare to act on your own, you don't need to stay by my side anymore. Return to the Yin kingdom yourself." Batik forced a smile, understood. Just then, a young lady walked up to Yin Chi. She gently leaned close to him. "Young master, drinking alone is so boring. Let this servant feed you." Seeing this, Yin Chi pushed her away directly. He coldly turned and left. "I'm going out for some fresh air." Ba Tik was surprised. "The sun has risen in the west. My heir apparent doesn't like women anymore." The girl stammered this. Ba Tik took the opportunity to chime in. "How about you feed me?" On the other side, Yin Chi looked up at the sky and thought, "I don't know why, but ever since meeting Tan Ca, these birds and flowers are no longer interesting." At this moment, he suddenly noticed a figure down below. A subordinate said, "Our young master is truly acting more and more recklessly." He even snatched a commoner woman. This time, he actually laid hands on a noble lady from a high-ranking family. "In that hunting trip at Tien Sun last time, he told us to go." The other person hurriedly covered his mouth. "Will you shut up? You still dare to mention that dirty business? Just do whatever you were told. Who asked you to talk so much? Hurry and bring her in. The young master is still waiting." Seeing this, Yin Chi followed them with his gaze. The person that girl was carrying seemed to be, he thought in surprise, Tan Ca. Thinking of this, Yin Chi immediately wanted to jump down. Just then, Batik suddenly hugged him tight. "Your Highness the heir apparent, don't." Yin Chi shouted angrily, "Let go of me." On the other side, Batik was on the verge of tears. "I won't let go. I wonder why you suddenly resisted women and your temperament changed so much. There must be a problem. Sure enough, you actually want to commit suicide. You must not think foolish thoughts." Yin Chi glared. "What nonsense are you saying? Why would I think foolish thoughts? I want to jump down and chase someone. Besides, this height basically can't kill anyone." Batik was surprised. "Who is it?" At this moment, Yin Chi immediately jumped down. "V. Tan Ca. Because of your obstruction, she has gone far and is out of sight." He thought to himself, "I hope I can find her in time." Hearing this, Batik shouted down, "Your Highness, I'm coming with you." Just then, Yin Chi was stopped by guards. They smiled slightly. "Guest, the front is over there. You've gone the wrong way. This rear building is where our girls live. We cannot let you enter casually." Batik ran after him breathlessly. "Your Highness, slow down. Wait for me." Yin Chi looked thoughtfully at the lit building inside. In a certain room, Tan Ca slowly opened her eyes. Phuong Sin looked at her happily. "You're awake." By then, her whole body was tightly bound. Phuong Sin revealed a sly smile. "I was afraid playing alone wouldn't be interesting. You woke up just in time." Tan Ca frowned. Her body felt heavy, and she couldn't move at all. She was on the verge of tears. "Don't touch me." Phuong Sin continued. "Although I used a lot of sleeping drugs, and you surely can't move now, my subordinates were worried. So they still tied you up. Just bear a moment. Once I'm happy later, I'll release you." Tan Ca's eyes widened. "Must I lose my purity like this today?" She prayed silently. "Someone save me. Who can come and save me?" At this moment, Tan Ca unconsciously recalled Neem Chiu's words. "Although today I can only punish him secretly, rest assured, one day I will deal with his evil deeds and bring him to justice." At that moment, Tan Ca shut her eyes tight. Neem Chiu. Just then, the door suddenly opened. Phuong Sin turned his head in panic. "What is it? Get out. We're in my good time." The soldier gritted his teeth. "Little young master, run quickly." Neem Chiu looked at him coldly. "Can he go?" Hearing this, Tan Ca was extremely surprised. "It's Neem Chiu. It's really Neem Chiu." Neem Chiu walked forward with a stern face. "That arm of yours touched her. I must disable it." Phuong Sin looked at him in panic. "Stop him for me." Having said that, the soldier rushed towards him. Neem Chiu nimbly ducked. He spun around and kicked him painfully. The soldier opened his eyes wide in surprise. Neem Chiu struck directly from behind. He majestically stepped on the man. At the same time, Natan entered. "Master, the people outside have all been detained." Neem Chiu replied angrily, "Hand this one over to you as well." Seeing this, Phuong Sin's face turned pale. Nim Chiu looked at him with murderous intent. Next is you. Thuongsin stepped back in fear. Don't kill me. At this, Nim Chiu cut the ropes binding Tan Xie. He looked at her worriedly, then immediately took off his outer robe. Nim Chiu comforted her softly. Don't be afraid. It's all right now. Tan Xie was on the verge of tears. She looked at him fearfully. Nim Chiu replied, I am here. At the same time, Thuongsin took the opportunity to crawl out. Seeing this, Nim Chiu caught him. Nim Chiu's eyes were filled with murderous intent. You still haven't said which hand exactly touched her. If you don't say, then I'll just disable both your hands. Loud thuds rang out. Thuongsin had now been beaten until his face was deformed. Just then, Nim Ko and Thuong Tuet walked in. Chiu, stop hitting him. If you hit him anymore, he'll die. Nim Chiu replied coldly. Death cannot wipe out his crimes. At the same time, Thuong Tuet walked quickly towards Tan Xie. Miss. Tan Xie looked at her with emotion. You found Nim Chiu for help? How did you know I was in trouble? Thuong Tuet recounted. Luckily, bitch, Du came to report the news. It seems doing good deeds really gets repaid. She frowned. Don't talk anymore. I brought the antidote. You'll feel better after drinking it. Nim Ko crossed his arms and said, Chiu, among the people your subordinates just caught, some seem to be the ones who attacked me and V. Tan Lin's people on Tian Sun last time. Nim Chiu did not pay much attention. He walked towards Tan Xie and gently picked her up to leave. Big brother, you interrogate Chuck Thuongsin. I'll take Tan Xie to a safe place first. Outside, Not Tan bowed his head. Master, the people have been captured. Nim Chiu ordered, Not Tan, go inside and help a bit. Use the interrogation methods from the military camp. I want Chuck Thuongsin to wish you were dead. Understood. Just then, Yin Chi walked up. He spoke up and asked, how is Miss Tan Xie? Nim Chiu coldly brushed past him. She is fine, but it is not convenient for her to be seen by others. Having said that, he immediately left. Excuse me. Seeing this, Batik was a bit indignant. What does this second prince mean? Calling who an outsider? Clearly, you are the savior of V. Tan Xie. If your highness hadn't helped, could he have found V. Tan Xie so quickly? Yin Chi hesitated and turned his head back. Batik, tell me, what if I marry the princess consort of Nam Luang? Batik gasped in surprise, huh? On the other side, Nim Chiu looked up at the sky and thought. He recalled the scene from earlier. I am here. Tan Xie's eyes were filled with fear. Nim Chiu thought to himself, she must be very frightened. If I had arrived a step late, the consequences would have been unimaginable. He punched the nearby pillar hard. In the past, it was already extremely difficult for her when she was criticized by others. Now that this has happened, it will lead to even more baseless rumors. How can a weak woman like her resolve this on her own? Just then, Thuong Tuet walked out. Second prince, I have helped the miss tidy up her clothes. You may go in now. Hearing this, Nim Chiu quickly walked in. He immediately sat down beside Tan Xie. Nim Chiu thought, her wrists are all bruised. That damned Chuck Thuongsin. Exactly how much suffering did he make her endure? Thinking of this, he couldn't help but hold her hand. Does it hurt? Tan Xie replied, it doesn't hurt. Nim Chiu lowered his eyes. I won't let you suffer injustice in vain. This time, I definitely will not spare Chuck Thuong. Hearing this, Tan Xie withdrew her hand. She smiled. I wasn't taken advantage of by him. You already beat him up and helped me vent my anger. Let this matter pass. Nim Chiu was surprised. If an ordinary woman were bullied, who wouldn't be crying and demanding justice? She is so calm. What exactly has she gone through? And how many times has she endured to hone such a temperament? At this moment, Tan Xie continued. Chuck Thuongsin is the only son of Chuck then. Chuck then is a man with a very strong desire for revenge. He previously followed His Majesty in battle on the sandy fields and later assisted His Majesty in ascending the throne. There are many people in the court protecting him. How can he be touched at will? Nim Chiu continued seriously. Tan Xie, I know what I am about to say is a bit abrupt, but I want to ask you, are you willing to be my consort? Become my princess consort. No one will dare to be disrespectful to you. There will be no baseless rumors, and you won't need to fear the Chuck family. Tan Xie thought to herself, I'm actually not afraid of the Chuck family. I just don't hope you provoke trouble for my sake. She pursed her lips tightly and replied softly, Nim Chiu, I am not willing. Nim Chiu tilted his head in confusion. Why? Tan Xie thought, how can I tell you? I have decided not to listen to V. Tian's words anymore. Not marrying you is the best outcome for you and me. Just then, Nim Ko's voice rang out. Is it convenient for me to come in? Tan Xie thought, how can I tell you? I have decided not to listen to V'Tien's words anymore. Not marrying you is the best outcome for you and me. He walked in slowly. Chuck Thuong Sin has confessed that the attack on Tien's son was indeed his plan. Just because he was ambushed by someone at Known Pavilion a few days ago, he misunderstood that it was me who did it. Nim Ko smiled. I implicated Big Brother. I was the one who did that. Tan Xie chimed in. Second Prince, do not be vexed. Perhaps this matter can also be turned around. She looked stern. The people around Chuck Thuong Sin are all retainers recruited by Chuck Than. For a major matter like assassinating the Crown Prince, they couldn't possibly not report it. So, I fear there was also a hint from Chuck Than. Nim Chiu was surprised. Is the Chuck family in a rush to seek death? At this time, Nim Ko glanced at Tan Xie. There is one more thing. That Chuck Thuong Sin said he didn't kidnap you and bring you here. It was beggars who came to the door to pass a message. Only then did he know you fainted at the back door of Known Pavilion. Have you offended anyone? Nim Chiu was surprised. Surely it was a V. Tan Lin? Tan Xie replied calmly. No, I was just careless and ran into human traffickers. She smiled slightly. I have rested and recovered, so I will go home. Hearing this, Nim Chiu was extremely worried. It is already late. I will take you back. Tan Xie coldly brushed past him. She walked up to Nim Company. Tan Xie asked gently, could I trouble your highness the crown prince to help escort me part of the way? Nim Ko smiled and extended his hand. All right. Nim Chiu stared blankly after them. Why do I feel like Tan Xie wants to draw a line with me? At this moment, Not Tan spoke up from the side. Your highness, should that Chuck Thuong Sin be sent to the palace now? Nim Ko hurriedly stopped him. Wait first, I still have something I haven't done. Doesn't he like to ravage common women? I want to make him a eunuch so he can never touch a woman again in this lifetime. On the other side, Nim Ko opened the conversation awkwardly. Sorry. Tan Xie asked in surprise, what? Nim Ko looked straight into her eyes and continued. I heard what you and Chiyu said. I can see you genuinely care for him. Chuck Thuong Sin's matter today also made me see clearly. There are some things where I suspected the wrong person. Tan Xie smiled. In the past, no matter what, I couldn't dispel Nim Ko's suspicion. Now that I've given up on this path, he surprisingly doesn't suspect me anymore. Thinking of this, she changed the subject. I've never had the chance to come here. I didn't expect a blessing in disguise. To see this beautiful scenery. Nim Ko added, I, on the other hand, often come here with a Chiyu. Tan Xie asked curiously, to see girls? Nim Ko pointed, no, on that old street, there's a famous dim sum shop. A Chiyu likes the chestnut cake they make. Tan Xie was surprised. The brotherhood between you two is truly not bad. Nim Ko looked proud. It's a Chiyu who is too good. He has always taken care of me. He suddenly looked serious. He is upright and kind and treats others with sincerity. If others treat him well, he will return it 10 or 100 times over. I hope you do not fail his affection. Hearing this, Tan Xie suddenly felt sad. How can I not know? It is a pity I cannot accept his heart. She stepped forward. It is too late, your highness crown prince. Let us go back. Tan Xie pursed her lips tightly. At this time, they encountered a beggar by the road. Some eat until they can't finish, while others work but have nothing. I don't know when we can see true national peace and prosperity. Nim Ko smiled. There will definitely be such a day. After they left, Tan Xie also gave a pouch of money. On the other side, at the VE Manor, a soldier bowed and reported, My lord, the second young lady has been brought back to the manor by your highness the crown prince. V. Tien stroked his beard slightly, called back all the people sent out to find her. He closed his eyes slightly. The driver's body has been sent to CU Union Manor. Yes, what about the others? The soldier sweated and replied, according to the master's instructions, 50 lashes. Also said to be confined for 10 days. V. Tien thought to himself, don't blame your father. Who asked you to get involved with the Chuck family this time? The building is about to lean. A few days later, Thuong Tuet happily brought tea. The second prince has sent someone to deliver an invitation again. Are you still not going to meet him today? Tan Xie replied bluntly. No. Just then, a loud noise rang out. Thuong Tuet smiled. I'm afraid the second prince has come again. She turned to look at Tan Xie. We have been blocking the second prince these past few days. This door has never been opened. Hiding in the room is actually very peaceful and comfortable. The poor second prince's hand is about to knock until it's swollen. Just then, a voice spoke up. Why close the door in broad daylight? Someone from the palace has arrived. Hurry to the door to welcome them. Thuong Tuet was surprised. The palace? She looked at Tan Xie in panic. Could be a new trick of the second prince? At the same time, the sound of Neem Tich crying rang out. Yesterday, Yin Chi asked the crown prince for permission to marry Vi Tan Xie. She frowned sadly. He only met that girl once at the hunting ground, and I seem to be with him every day. Why didn't he choose me? Neem Tich was on the verge of tears. Tan Lin was right. Vi Tan Xie is truly a fox spirit harming the country. Ha Fai comforted her gently. For now, the crown prince has not yet agreed to Yin Chi. You still have chance. She took out a bottle of medicine. Your maternal grandfather has a bottle of medicine here. Give it to Yin Chi to drink. It guarantees he will be infatuated with you. Once the rice is cooked, you are a princess. When that time comes, whether he wants to or not, he must marry you. Neem Tich pursed her lips tightly. This medicine is not bad, but Mother Consort's method is too old-fashioned. If I really lose my chastity to Yin Chi, and he has to marry me out of responsibility, but has never looked at me in his heart. She smiled. I heard Vi Tan Xie is about to enter the palace. So why not? At the same time, Tan Xie asked, May I ask the eunuch, how long must I stay in the palace? The eunuch replied, Miss V, rest assured, we just want you to enter the palace to play with the princess. When the selection day approaches, you will naturally be released home to prepare. When they turned their heads to look at the nearby palace, the eunuch introduced enthusiastically, This is the Serene Pavilion, the residence of the fifth princess. Miss V and the fifth princess are also relatives. Later, when you are free, you can come here to stroll. Tan Xie thought. So, is the residence of the daughter of Vi Tian's younger sister. Ha Fai. They walked quickly. Ahead is the water cloud pavilion of the sixth princess. The eunuch smiled. We have arrived. Just as they entered the palace, the sound of leaves rustling in the courtyard was loud. Tan Xie glanced at the lazy palace maids inside. She thought to herself, leaves cover the ground unswept. They only care about sitting, eating, drinking, and playing music. This is Swang Lak's water cloud pavilion. Seeing this, the eunuch coughed lightly. What are you all doing? Where's the sixth princess? The palace maids did not pay much attention. They were still chatting noisily. After a while, Han Hong turned back, reporting to eunuch, the princess is still sick and hasn't recovered. She is taking a nap. May I ask who this is? The eunuch turned around. This is Miss V Tan Xie. It was said before she would come to teach the sixth princess. I have brought her here. I am leaving now. Take good care of her. Just then, Neem Chiu walked over from afar. Tan Xie. The eunuch immediately bowed. Second Highness. Tan Xie thought. Seems like entering the palace was Neem Chiu's idea. I just arrived, and he chased after me. Neem Chiu looked at her happily. Tan Xie. He held her hand to explain. I know you are smart. You must have guessed I invited you. I just want to talk to you, so I came up with this stupid idea. Don't be angry. Tan Xie replied softly. How would I dare be angry at the Second Highness? Then Han Hong stepped in to interrupt. Your Highness, why don't I brew a pot of hot tea? You and Miss V should go into the room to talk. A while later, Han Hong brought tea over. Tea is here. Your Highness, Miss V, please enjoy. I will leave first. After turning around, she smiled wickedly. On the other side, Neem Chiu awkwardly drank tea. Tan Xie was surprised. Isn't it hot? Neem Chiu looked at her seriously. Tan Xie, I want to know what you are really thinking. He stammered. Clearly we were very good before. Why did you suddenly? Just then, the teacup in his hand suddenly dropped. Neem Chiu's face instantly flushed red. So hot, so uncomfortable. He lunged towards her. Neem Chiu stammered. Tan Xie, do you know my feelings for you? At this moment, Neem Chiu gently lifted her chin. I really like you. Tan Xie leaned away to dodge. She frowned. Neem Chiu, don't be like this. Just then, Neem Chiu suddenly regained consciousness. What am I doing? Our relationship isn't clear yet. How can I want her like this? This isn't fair to her. Thinking this, he pulled back. Sorry. Tan Xie looked at him in surprise. Just now, he clearly wasn't in his right mind, but he could still regain his reason. He didn't touch me. It shows this person has an upright character. But why is he suddenly like this? At the same time, Neem Chiu panted breathlessly. My body feels so uncomfortable. Something is wrong. These are symptoms of an aphrodisiac. Thinking this, he and Tan Xie looked at the teacup at the same time. This tea has a problem. Neem Chiu angrily slammed the table. How could something like this happen in Tuivan Pavilion? I must discipline them. Tan Xie continued. Discipline is necessary, but we can't use this as the reason. Although you, and I know Swang Lak is uninvolved, just like when I was framed by Bitch Key, making a fuss might implicate her. She suggested, why don't we find another reason to deal with the servants involved in this matter? Neem Chiu shook his head looking at her. Tan Xie, please don't come near me. I'm afraid I can't hold back. Tan Xie awkwardly coughed lightly. I'll go find Neep Tan, your subordinate, to pick you up. Saying that, she walked out. Tan Xie glanced at a nearby maid. You come here. The maid ran over enthusiastically. Miscalled me? Tan Xie quickly closed the door. The Second Highness is drunk. Go to his palace and find Neep Tan to come take care. Thought of him. Just then Han Hong walked out sneering. Why look for someone far away? Miss V should take care of the Second Highness personally. You surely are more thorough than others. She looked sternly at the maid. Go do what you're supposed to do. The maid bowed. Yes, Sister Han Hong. At this, Tan Xie interrupted. Wait. She smiled slightly. Calling Neep Tan is the Second Highness's order. Do you dare to defy the Second Highness's decree? Han Hong was surprised. Isn't he drunk? He can still give orders? Tan Xie continued. Or, do you want to go in and ask him yourself? Hearing that, the maid immediately ran off. I will go to the Second Highness's palace to find him right away. Han Hong smiled slyly. Miss V is indeed formidable. Seeing this, Tan Xie quickly realized. She personally brewed tea for Neem Chiu and intentionally stopped me from finding Neep Tan. Could she be the one who poisoned him? But why? A while later, Neem Chiu was helped out by Neep Tan. About today, Tan Xie whispered. Nothing happened today. I will handle what comes next. Your Highness need not worry. Neem Chiu nodded. The enemy is unclear. Everything must be done carefully. I will come find you tomorrow. Just then, Swang Lak suddenly appeared. The little girl was surprised. Is that second brother? Why did you come to visit me, but leave without waking me up? Tan Xie looked over in surprise. Seeing this, Swang Lak's eyes lit up. Sister Tan Xie. She happily ran over. Sister Tan Xie, second brother said, he would invite you here. I didn't expect it to be so fast. If I had known, I wouldn't have taken a nap so I could wait for Sister Tan Xie. Tan Xie replied gently. It's not too late for Swang Lak to see me now. Han Hong smiled and added, Your Highness just woke up from a nap. Your hair is messy. How can you meet guests? Why don't I comb it for you? Swang Lak replied fearfully. No need. Sister Tan Xie won't mind me. Han Hong frowned. What's wrong, Your Highness? Before, didn't you like me braiding your hair? Not the most? Swang Lak turned her head and replied, Then you comb it. She looked at Tan Xie reluctantly. Sister, I'll come find you to play later. At this, Tan Xie thought to herself. Han Hong suddenly wanted to comb Swang Lak's hair, clearly not wanting her to be close to me. She also wanted to prove Swang Lak listens to her the most and cannot leave her. She told me to be polite to her, but why is Swang Lak complying so obediently? This Han Hong is strange. I must investigate. That night, Tan Xie hid behind a tree, watching Han Hong all night, thinking there would be no results tonight. Unexpectedly, she really caught something. Just then, Han Hong passed by. Seeing this, Tan Xie was very surprised. So late at night, why is she bringing a bundle to Swang Lak's door? On the other side, Han Hong smiled slightly. Where are the things? Another maid replied, all prepared. Han Hong excitedly took down the bundle. Then let's begin. As soon as she finished speaking, the others all knelt down. They clasped their hands together and pleaded, Your Highness. Tan Xie was surprised. They're crying. She immediately stepped out. What are you doing? Tan Xie's face darkened. Burning paper money. Han Hong frowned. Consort Hugh, the sixth princess's mother, passed away. We servants miss Consort Hugh very much. So every 1st and 15th, we burn paper money and make offerings. Tan Xie gasped. They're mourning right in front of Swang Lak's room in the middle of the night like this. It will only remind Swang Lak that she has lost her mother, causing her pain and fear. Thinking this, she retorted, As far as I know, you were only transferred to Swang Lak's side after Consort Hugh passed away. You never met her, so how can you miss her? Han Hong replied unpleasantly. Although we haven't seen her with our own eyes, who in the palace doesn't know Consort Hugh was virtuous. Moreover, we are now serving the sixth princess. The princess is young and doesn't understand etiquette. We want to always remember and pay filial piety on her behalf. Hearing this, Tan Xie slapped her straight across the face. Who do you think you are to the sixth princess? Since when is the sixth princess's filial piety something that you can perform on her behalf? I really don't know if you're sincere or have other intentions. Imperial sacrifices naturally have their own rituals. Do we need you wailing in the middle of the night to scare people? Clean this up immediately. Just then, the door suddenly opened. Tan Xie slowly turned back. Swang Lak. A moment later, Tan Xie asked worriedly, "Tell me the truth. Why do you always tolerate Han Hong and suffer in silence?" Meanwhile, at Kinnan Palace, someone looked inside in confusion. "Your Highness has been soaking in cold water for so long. Why haven't you come out yet?" Inside, Nim Chiu was dazed, his mind constantly replaying the scene with Tan Xie. Nim Chiu kept splashing water on his face. He still couldn't calm down. He thought shyly, "I treated Tan Xie so excessively today. Won't she hate me even more?" On the other side, Swang Lak had tears in her eyes. I didn't suffer in silence." Tan Xie probed. "Is it because of the fifth princess?" Swang Lak looked at her curiously. "Sister, how did you know?" Tan Xie took out a leaf. "I found this in the room. I asked around. In this palace, only the fifth princess's courtyard has bamboo." She deduced, "You never mentioned the fifth princess to me. It shows the relationship between you and her isn't very good. But bamboo leaves from her courtyard appeared in yours. This shows your people have been to her courtyard. It was Han Hong, right?" Swang Lak replied, trembling. "Yes." Tan Xie frowned. "Han Hong is the fifth princess's person. She has always been tyrannizing your courtyard and bullying you. Why didn't you tell your brothers?" Swang Lak burst into tears. "I am a younger sister. Fifth sister is also a younger sister. Eldest brother and second brother would be in a difficult position. Moreover, Consort Ha and Consort Lu have always been at odds. They can't fight because of me." Tan Xie looked at her gently. "I have a way to free you from Han Hong, and moreover, I guarantee that in the future, no one will bully you." Not at all. The next day, Nim Chiu arrived. Seeing him, the maids bowed. "Second Highness." Nim Chiu asked curiously, "Why is Tuivan Pavilion so quiet today? Where are Swang Lak and Tan Xie?" A maid replied, "The sixth princess and Miss Ve went to Tan Yu courtyard." Nim Chiu pursed his lips tightly. "Didn't I tell Tan Xie yesterday that I would visit her today? Why did she go out? Is she avoiding me?" At Tan Yu courtyard, Swang Lak walked fearfully behind Tan Xie. She frowned. "Sister, isn't my dressing like this too ostentatious?" Tan Xie gently patted her head. "Not ostentatious. You must remember, you are the sixth princess of Nam Chiu. Your dress, gestures, and actions all represent the dignity of the royal family. You cannot lose your imposing manner." By then, someone had arrived at the courtyard gate. Swang Lak looked inside fearfully. "Maybe we should go back. Causing trouble in front of fifth sister will make eldest brother and a second brother. Got in a difficult spot." Tan Xie held her hand to reassure her. "We're just visiting the fifth princess. Just say what I taught you to her. There won't be a scene, and she won't punish you." At the same time, a maid was speaking loudly. "The princess wants to keep the guest for a meal. Dig up some more bamboo shoots. Later, go to the kitchen to prepare them for the guest." At this moment, someone quickly recognized them. "It's the sixth princess." Hearing this, Tan Xie sternly criticized, "Why do you not pay respects when seeing the princess? Do you not have the princess in your eyes?" That person smiled slightly. "We were too busy just now and were negligent. Greetings to the sixth princess. The fifth princess is currently not at Tan Yu courtyard. Please come back another day. Sixth princess." As soon as she finished speaking, Tan Xie slapped her face. She frowned slightly. "I'll give you a chance to say that again." The maid touched her face in surprise. "You dare to hit me? You actually dare to hit me in the fifth princess's courtyard?" Tan Xie calmly looked at Swang Lak. "Sixth princess, you came to pay respects to the fifth princess, but she concealed it and didn't report, and